suck at these.
Oh, I'm glad this is we didn't catch
My
up.
name is John, and I'm here to say you better sponsor my fucking show today.
I'm gonna jump off this bridge if you don't download today.
My friend's gonna talk me
Not
off
over
the
this,
ledge,
John.
because you know lately I've been living on the edge.
Word.
We just wrote your rap. What is this? We wrote it.
There you go. All right, we'll have to like remove this real quick so we can copyright and all that.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Something to retweet.
Work schmirk.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're in rare form already, so I hope that you guys are going to enjoy this. I know Jeremy's hanging out in the chat. I think he just jumped in the shower in the tub, so a little wine, a little candlelight, listening to Legends. So that's pretty cool.
I feel like we're in medium well form. Right?
Yeah.
Like rather medium well.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to try to decipher notes, give a quick wrap up from last session. I think we jumped back from Susie's Dream World. Chip was way in a bad way. Reggie essentially rubbed meth all over his gum, so Chip is kind of hooked on speed right now, which is
Just a little bit. It was a little bit just to get him back to. It was just to get him back to center. Just to get him back to center.
I think he went a little past center, but that's okay.
Well, I don't know how to measure it out. Reggie doesn't know.
We found out Fitch never.
The road to hell is paved in good intentions.
Killing me. So much editing. We're only like 4 minutes in. All right. Fitch never made it over to Susie's, never grabbed the cat. Can't get a hold of him. We don't know what's going on. Neighbor said that there was a cleaning crew or something that came into the house. We went back into my place. Everything was fixed. Everything was repainted. It was like nothing ever happened. I went to Susie's place. There was a letter there. It was essentially a Dear John letter. It didn't really sound like her and her writings, but essentially said it was all over. Don't come for her. And then Reggie gets a call, from his military people, says they have a job they need done right away. There's a scientist who's missing. They need to assemble a team and jump out. So Nash is somewhat distracted by that. They go to the red planet of Arret, and they find a bunch of weird things. There's creatures there. They get attacked by a bunch of like rat creatures or fox-like creatures, I think. And Chip gets dragged away down a hole. So he's currently surrounded by these, rodent-like creatures who are hell-bent on probably killing him. Reggie's sort of in a bad way. And that's where we left off from before. So we're going to see what happens.
Good, Nash.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to leave Chip.
So I think we went down the hole, and there was a horde of ratmen that came charging. Chip got dragged away, and then there was a blue flame that lit the cavern, and there was literally hundreds of rats with a large pit in the center. And,
with the Rat King.
Yeah, with the Rat King.
There are actually lots of blue flames. They're all around the place. They seem to be torches. But there's also a smell of ozone in the air, and you're probably close enough to tell that they're not actually burning. They're not flame. Some sort of electrical something. The blue dancing lights seem to be electrical, and the source of the ozone smell.
Okay. The rats are milling about pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, you're looking at a gigantic cave. It's probably 100 or more than 100 feet in diameter. There are a couple hundred of the rats in here. They're all in little groups here and there. Many of them are sleeping. Many of them are squabbling over like torn up bits of fox or octobat. And then a big group of them is gathered around the king. Now the king is this fat, Like he's the fattest of them all. He's also one of the only ones who's wearing anything. He's got this big, gigantic piece of jewelry around his neck, and lots of other little pieces of shiny objects sort of wrapped around his wrists or wrapped around his fingers. Usually they're things that aren't intended as jewelry, just like, you know, a piece of copper wire wrapped around his wrist over and over again, worn as a piece of jewelry. What all these things have in common is they're shiny. They seem to really be taken with shiny things. In fact, they took all of Chip's shiny things off of him.
Okay.
Now, when we left you, maybe Jesse, can you remind me? Maybe.
Yes.
Did we leave with you standing before the king?
No, the last I was, I had just been dragged, and I was being dragged, I believe, to standing at all. I was still kind of by the rats.
Okay, but they have taken all your shit off you. They've taken your gun, and they took your phone, and he doesn't know what to do with the phone, so he gives it to one of his lieutenants. Now, these lieutenants also wear the silver brace around their neck, but they don't have all the other adornments that the king has. And there seem to be 5 or 6 of these guys. There's not a whole lot of them. They're all close by the king. And there's a big entourage gathered around to see the new prisoner that's been brought in. So and it's a little difficult for the other 2 guys to get a clear line of sight, but basically Chip is naked or very close to naked.
I've been
He's
working
an
at
actor,
it.
so he looks. Yeah, you're an actor. You look great.
Also, in the center, or roughly in the center of this gigantic underground cavern, is a pit in the ground. It's about 10 feet across and too deep to see the bottom of.
Does it look like the other pit that we had seen outside?
Good question. No, the pit outside had like a bridge that half of it seemed like a half bridge, basically, like a diving board, right? This doesn't have anything like that. It's just a roughly round hole.
Okay.
What was your health state, Chip? Did you take a couple of dice wounds already, or where are you at?
This is at 0.
No,
I think Chip is fine.
He's good.
Well,
they just drug him
I'm
away.
at 0 psyche, but that's from way before.
Yeah.
But I have not actually been harmed by these rats. They've just dragged me off.
Okay. So what are you doing at 0 psyche? Are you like freaking out? Or are you just kind of like standing still? Like what's
I'm
Chip
fucking
doing?
I'm
It
zooming.
was only about, it was in game time. It was only, 10 or 15 minutes ago when Reggie dosed him up again.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
So
I gotta
right
get him
now
more
he's
dose.
holding it together. But, you know, in a couple hours, who knows?
Right, he's gonna crash.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I'd like to find out about lucid dreaming.
For sure.
I'd like to know if I can do either a flashback scene or if I just, like, Reggie was experimenting with lucid dreaming.
I think that makes sense.
And I
Because of
would love
your
an
addiction to
opportunity to
nappies.
try to adjust the scenario that we're in.
You may absolutely do so because this is, as you've been told, a dream world.
Oh, good
Yes.
call.
I want to try. Now, should I declare what I want to try to do? Walk me through this because I'm getting all hyped up.
He looks all antsy.
Because it's really stupid. But if it happens, I'm just going to be the happiest little boy on Christmas morning.
You got your My Little Pony dice, so we're
I do. Well, yeah. The My Little Pony dice are going to need to come through for me here.
So far, they've been pretty amazing.
Yeah, borderline. Let's get them tested. I've used them in some D&D games since, and even the rest of them, the D20s and the D10s, they're all. So.
Okay. What's going to happen here? Okay, so you're not attempting to modify an action. You're attempting to take narrative control.
Is that correct? What I want to do is I want to create at least one loaded rat trap per rat in this cave.
Okay.
I want them all to appear, and I want all the rats to want the cheese.
No, not cheese. Something shiny. You put something shiny on it so they have to
Thank you.
grab it.
Okay, now I have to imagine you guys are whispering to each other because you're crouched in this little tunnel
Yeah.
looking down into the cavern.
I've got a really stupid idea, Nash. And Nash is down to his underwear, per Fitch's story.
Right? When the fuck did you take your clothes off?
Listen to me. Listen to this. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. I'm gonna make a bunch of rat traps. All right, and I'm gonna put cheese in the rat traps, and all the rats are gonna go after him. We're gonna get out of this.
How the fuck are you gonna make rat traps? Like, what the hell are you talking about?
You ever heard of lucid dreaming?
Yeah, I guess.
I'll just say that I've had some experiments done on myself, and I feel like this would be the perfect opportunity to test my limitations, if you know what I mean. We seem to be up against it.
Yeah, fuck. I mean, there's lots of rats. There's only two of us. Hey, but don't put cheese. Put something shiny. Put something shiny on the traps.
Oh, that's brilliant. And he reaches out, he grabs the back of Nash's head and gives him a big old kiss on his forehead. Brilliant.
Okay,
that's what I'm going to do.
You guys will remember from the briefing that you got, this is a dream world, but it's pretty stable, which means it's going to be quite difficult.
Yes.
For you to do
I'm
this.
assuming, yeah.
Do you need me to like help you focus, or so you want me to think about rat traps? Like, is there anything I can do?
There's nothing you can do. There's a lucid dreaming is the only skill in the game that cannot be helped by anybody else. But
there is one thing I would like you to do.
He does need to focus.
Okay.
As I'm focusing, I'd like you to rub the lower half of my back.
Is this just like a weird thing you want me to do, or is this actually going to help?
Totally. I just wanted to see if I could get you to do it. Never mind. No, I just got to concentrate.
All right, well, you concentrate. I'll watch. I'm not going to rub anything. I'm on point.
I need you to gently cup my testicles.
Shit. That's a better one.
Only the left one, though.
You don't get any help. You've got to focus for a couple minutes. Get yourself into sort of a beta state.
Yes.
That's his natural state.
It's not too far from his natural state.
No, because we call him John Beta.
Yes, John. Yes. John Beta 2 Beta, Master.
Well, okay. This world is a stability 5. So Reggie goes into his little trance state. He starts focusing very hard. This is just a dream. This is just a dream. What you're doing here is basically taking over narrative control of the dream. You are attempting to usurp the dreamer, whoever the dreamer is. All right?
I'm inceptioning him.
You're
or whoever it is.
Yeah. You're inceptioning the dreamer. Now, difficulty 5.
All right, so I'm rolling Psyche, right? So I got 4 die. I got to beat a 5.
Do you have lucid dreaming skill?
No, but I want it as my next skill.
Can he?
I'll be definitely doing that.
Can he do a flashback to explain that he has this skill now? If he has enough XP for it,
do you have the points to pay for it?
Well, let me ask you this: how much and of what? What is
I
the cost?
counter your question with another question.
Yes, I have.
It costs
15.
It costs you nothing to do a flashback because everybody can do a character development scene once per session. So you can do a flashback right now, and it is absolutely normal in DayTrippers to progressively develop your character in ways that we weren't aware of before.
Well, I mean, it's. I would love to do it. I didn't have anything in mind, but if it's literally I could spend to get a rank in it now, then I'll do that just to kind of keep it moving.
You can.
It's up to you.
You can do that.
So I have 15 XP. Does that work? Now I'm thinking it was CP that you need to spend.
The same thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. So for
It's interchangeable.
yeah, for 10, you can get a +1.
Oh my god. I'm writing lucid dreaming in my skills, and I am out of my mind happy about it.
Okay, now I'm not even going to consider this a character. Well, you can consider it a character development scene if you want to. I'll leave that up to you. But basically, again, it's normal in DayTrippers. I advise the players, in fact, to keep some points on the side so that you can reveal things about your character later that they were always there, but we were never exposed to it before.
Well, I like the idea of, as I'm in my trance, we're doing this cutback. So wait, maybe I should make the roll first to see if I even succeed, because if I don't succeed, this will be real dumb. Okay, so...
I think we've already had the basic setup, which is while you were using Nappy, you became good at manipulating your own dreams.
Well, I think, yeah, and I think while I was in the service, they were experimenting upon Reggie because his mind was like open to the sort of nut jobby craziness that you kind of need, that weird imagination that you need to sort of do this, like to really grab the title, like the job of the dreamer away from the actual dreamer. Reggie just he had the mental state to sort of achieve that. Or he was open to it, at least, if that makes sense.
The goat stared back.
Yes. Yes. All right, I'm going to make this roll at a Jesus, at a +1. Okay. Oh my God, I've got 2 5s. So with the +1, it makes it a 6, right?
That's right.
I remember that, right? Right?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, good.
Okay, so you're taking your best one is a 5. You're adding your bonus, which is a 1. So you're at 6. That is a yes, exactly. You have just succeeded exactly, no more, no less, in what you've described to me. A mousetrap appears before every single mouse in this room, and it's got a shiny object on it. What's the shiny object? There's 200 of them.
There's 200. Wait a minute. Wait.
You're the dreamer now, so you tell me what it looks like.
Yes, okay. It is a jewel-encrusted Rat King crown. So it's like a crown, and it's got like this fucked up picture, this fucked up like rat, like making a weird rat face, like something that would come from Reggie's mind, and like it's just like it's diving off of the crown, and it's completely golden, and it's got all these jewels for eyes, jewels for like nipples, like this. You can see the nipples of the rat, jewels for toenails, everything, all of it.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And it's glistening, and it actually illuminates the cavern a little bit because of how much it glistens. All of them, all 200 of them. And there's like blood dripping down from both of Reggie's nostrils.
Okay, 11.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you've just upgraded from beta to 11. Wow. Let me think about this a second.
Nash, look it. Oh, shit.
Nash's eyes are real fucking big. His mouth kind of falls open a little bit. He's got the rifle to his shoulder, and he's just like, the fuck? Because he's been tripping before, but they've never attempted to manipulate the worlds that they've been in. They just go in and they go out. So he's like, what the fuck is happening?
I'm gonna warn you though. I'm gonna need some
have time to say what the fuck when you hear a loud snap and then another snap, 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 and rats start squealing all over the place. Inside the cavern, about half of them have jumped at their respective crowns and snapped themselves in the trap. There's now 100 squealing rats trying to get free, while chaos.
I love it.
While chaos breaks out in the cavern. The rats all begin whirling around and circling. Let's see what the king and his guards do. The king and his guards tighten their circle, which has Chip in the middle of it.
Damn it!
And the guards all turn. The guards all turn facing outward. Now there are a bunch of rat traps here too, but the guards have the discipline not to go for it. However, like I said, about half of all the other rats have already snared themselves, and they're squealing, and it is a terrible din right now. Screeching and squealing of man-sized rat creatures.
Nice.
Now, John, about how big are these crowns?
Oh, they are exactly the size that would fit on each individual rat who they appeared in front of.
So they're like 8 inches across.
Sure, yeah, perfect.
So where is the Rat King's attention right now?
The Rat King stands up on his throne. He looks around. The guards all take position, just sort of by training, facing outward and away from the king. They have like spiky weapons and their claws drawn. They're looking for some sign of anything they can attack. Meanwhile, the guards who are nearest to you are looking toward the king for some sort of cue, and the king narrows his eyes and looks directly at Chip, and he seems to be accusatory.
An unintended consequence. An unintended consequence.
All right. So with the attention on him, then Chip is simply going to look slightly bewildered for a moment. But I'm assuming he's probably done a little. He doesn't know how to do this, but in his preparation for, you know what? Can I do a quick flashback?
Yes. The Backyard Kingdom?
Well, no, I want so
Kingdom, of course.
It's actually not too far back of a flashback, but in preparation for becoming a day tripper technician and getting ready for his TV role, he went through several classes about the different worlds and everything, and I just wanted to maybe see if he had at some point learned about lucid dreaming, not that he can do it himself, but just so that he can possibly be aware when it occurs, so that he might be able to know that this is what is occurring and not that he's hallucinating.
That's good. Yeah, I guess I don't see any reason to RP it out, but we can definitely have a flashback where you're sitting in class and you remember the section in the book about dream worlds. And you remember that within there was a subsection about lucid dreaming and how some dreamers have learned to literally manipulate the contents of dream worlds. This depends completely, it seems, on the stability of the dream world itself.
Yes.
Now, what you want to do, this is the more important question, I think. Let's make a brains roll to see if you can figure out that this is an instance of that.
That's perfect.
Can he have a situational +1 because he knows it's exactly what Reggie would try to do?
Would he though? I mean, he doesn't know.
I don't know.
Either way.
I'm taking a shot.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to give you that. Because,
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
well, because Chip doesn't know Reggie that well.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
All right, so that is a.
I might have given that to Nash, but not to Jesse.
Right. That makes sense. All right, so I rolled a 4 and a 2 for brains, so it's a 4.
The 4 will do it for you.
Excellent.
You think you know what's happening.
All right. So I look around and at first it's surprise and it's like, what the, and I'm like, and so then Chip now tries to spin it into his favor and he looks directly at the Rat King and he's like, if I can make these appear, just imagine what I could do to you guys as well. I can do anything in this world I want.
This is my world.
Possibly
Wow. Well, you have acting skill, don't you?
I do indeed.
I think that's what we need here.
Awesome.
Perfect.
So that would be charm with acting, and I got a 5 out of my 5 charm. I got a 5, and that's a +2, so that's a 7.
So that's a 7.
Yes.
You have succeeded in an unlikely maneuver. You just gained. Actually, that's 1 experience point for Chip.
Yay!
And 1 experience point for Reggie for doing this thing.
Oh shit! I'll take it.
And I mentioned too that
Chip,
his eyes are all
The rat-
wide and shit from the zoom anyway.
He's real close to the king. He's like, ugh.
the Rat King is holding your pistol. Remember, he was holding it in a really awkward way.
Mm-hmm.
When the snapping occurs and the screaming occurs and everybody jumps to you and he stands on his throne and he looks at you and then you do this tirade. Now, they don't understand English. They squeak and squeal and chatter. So I have to imagine there was a lot of pantomime in what you were doing.
Oh, yeah.
But his little beady eyes get big, or for what him is big. And he slowly hands your gun back to you.
Oh. And Chip just as awkwardly takes it away from him.
This is the most awkward, dramatic moment.
The king then opens his arms like this. You're not sure what that means. He's got his hands raised toward you. Almost like he wants. Yeah, it's almost like give me a hug kind of a gesture, but you don't know what it means to them.
So Chip will tuck the gun into the. I'm assuming I'm still wearing underwear, and I will tuck it into the waistband of my underwear, and I'll kind of like reach up as well and give him like a high five with both hands.
Can I spend a DayTrippers fate point to say he's not wearing underwear? That's not a thing? Oh, okay. I understand.
You know what? There's a version of the game where we play it in a more collaborative way and we use drama tokens, but we're not playing this that way.
Right.
So
I'll probably make more of those stupid jokes, but I'll use drama tokens then.
I would have gone ahead and said, yeah, Chip is naked, although it seemed Jesse's preference that he have underwear, so I'm just gonna go with that.
Just totally. I want somewhere to put my gun.
Yes.
At this, by this moment, another 10 or 20 rats have managed to catch themselves in the traps, and the rest of them are starting to figure out that they need to help lift the traps to pull their comrades out. Some of them were caught, by the neck or spine and are dead, but others were just caught by the leg or the arm, and they're in a lot of pain, and their companions are trying to release them from the traps. It's still pretty chaotic, but now their efforts seems to be focused on trying to release the ones who weren't killed right off. The king, let's see. Let's jump back to you guys in the tunnel.
So he just goes, I can't believe that fucking worked. That worked.
Do you have sort of a tissue? I've lost all of my clothes, and I just need something to wipe up the blood. Do you have anything upon you?
So he pulls out, he's got like a bandana, like camo bandana. He's like, here.
All right, thanks. All right, and he mops up the blood, and it's okay. That's good. I think I'm good. And he hands it the bloody handkerchief back to you.
He puts out his hand, but he doesn't grab it. He just lets it fall to the ground.
Reggie doesn't notice. Just turns away. do we see that the rats free some of their do we see that whole thing playing out?
Yeah.
And Chip hugging the rat king.
Yeah, you can see that.
Should we do something? I mean, he seems like he's got it under control. They gave him the gun back.
I wonder if we should try to help.
It might make it worse.
The trapped rats. Would it make it worse? I don't think they know what's going on. I think if we try to help some of the trapped rats, if we try to help some of the trapped rats, maybe they'll think we're on their side.
Yeah, thinking outside the box, maybe. I mean, if not, then we'll just start shooting them. I mean, 6 in one, half dozen in the other.
Yeah. I'm totally on board with all of that. We can at least give it a shot, though, right? Maybe we should try to do that. I guess so. Why not, right? I mean, you've been okay so far. I'm gonna follow your lead on this. All right, so Underwear Reggie comes out and starts trying to help the rats free some of their trapped companions. Hoping.
Okay.
Let me help you with that.
Underwear Reggie comes down into the cavern and a few rats nearest him notice him. And
I have my hands out like peace, peace.
they're making some little noises, but they're not putting up an alarm. They're sort of eyeing you. You can't tell these guys apart, so you don't know if these were the guys who are attacking you out there or not. They're eyeing you very warily, though. Some of them have their claws up.
I'm taking a shot.
By the way, the king has not noticed you yet, and I'm going to jump really quick back to the throne. Reggie clasps the king's hands. At this moment, the guards and the other rats all move away from Reggie and the king, forming a circle around them. The king lets go of your hands, Reggie, and he takes what looks like a fighting stance.
Oh, shit.
They're all giving you space so that you and the king can engage in mortal combat.
Oh no. He initiated the embrace of mortal combat.
I'll put my hands, I'll be like, wait. And do I see my cell phone anywhere near me?
Yeah, it's oh, you know what? It's not far. It's 2 feet from your right foot.
All right, so I'll look and I'll like point to the phone. Like, I need that. Like gesturing. Like, me. Like, really want that.
This is gonna work.
The Rat King looks at the phone, looks at you. He says something to one of the rat guards, who hands him a crudely sharpened stick. And then he points at the phone.
That's perfect. That works.
You get the feeling that he believes the phone is a weapon, that you have asked for weapons to be allowed, so he's taken one.
Oh, that's perfect.
And he's sure that his pointy stick is a lot better than your little shiny box.
He's probably right.
He's clearly never been on Twitter before.
Okay, I'm going to cut back to the other side of the cavern. The rats who are looking at Reggie have not made any sudden moves. Nash, what are you doing?
I think, he agrees to the plan, and then he sees, underwear Reggie get up and start to saunter down and thinks better of it and like moves forward but stays in a crouch with rifle pointed at the rats that he's moving towards. Because if it goes bad, it's going to go bad real fast, and he doesn't have a weapon in his hands.
Good,
so he wants to see how that's going to play out. If that's successful, then he may move in again, kind of hands out to see whether or not they can get closer to where Chip is at.
Okay. And Reggie, if I understand you, you're moving toward the nearest trap and lifting the mechanism?
Yes, I'm attempting to free more potential combatants. Yes.
They let you do this, but there's now a bunch of rats that have all sort of gathered around you in a circle. There's like 10 of them who are standing really, really close to you, close enough to touch, watching very closely every move you make.
I just want to help. Peace. And I'll kneel down and grab hold of a bar and try to lift it up so they can see me trying to free their rat brother, sister.
The rat sister, who is held like by the, let's say, upper right thigh, crawls out, bleeding, wounded, but still alive, and begins making lots of sounds. They're all making lots of sounds in this little area.
Oh shit, is her neck broken? Oh shit. Put her out of her misery.
Okay, the other rats keep looking back and forth between the trap and Reggie. Back to the trap, back to Reggie. They're trying to piece together what the fuck. And let's jump back to the throne and Chip. The king has just pointed at the phone. He's allowing you to pick it up, and he's holding his little javelin stick.
I will very slowly bend over and pick up the phone, and then I will look at it. Turn the flashlight on.
Yes.
All right. He turns the flashlight on. The king immediately squeals and drops his stick. The guards all around you start chattering among each other. Kind of get the feeling they're placing bets.
Oh,
Oh shit! Fuck that kid.
The king jumps back, drops his stick.
okay.
He's shielding himself from the light.
Yeah, and I'm gonna take it in with the cam with the flashlight side up. I'm gonna put it down and I'm gonna slide it down onto the ground towards him. Would it be grace to slyly and stealthily remove the gun from the back of my underwear?
Oh, shit.
That would be grace, and let's do it.
All right.
I like the way you slip the word back in there.
Yeah.
That would be a 4.
That's good enough.
Oh, awesome.
That's good enough
All right.
because all eyes are on the phone. The king is crouching down and reaching toward it. He's going to pick up the phone.
Very nice. I'm going to shoot the Rat King.
All right. This is also grace.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a +1 because you're in close range.
Sweet. Okay. Cross everything you have, guys. Shit. I rolled a
Done.
3. 3 is the highest.
Oh, shit.
With a
Pluses,
+1,
right?
that's a 4. 4.
You graze the Rat King.
Oh.
Shot bounces off his shoulder, grazes his shoulder. He's hurt. He jumps back again. The loud shot echoes through the entire chamber, shocking everyone who's around. And then the guards who were facing outward turn facing back inward. They're all except one, is pointing at Chip with their sticks because the king is not dead. He's really, really mad. He's starting to shriek as he clutches his arm.
They're giving him the white
we need some
bird.
fast. Yeah, we need some fast action right now. I'm jumping into action frames. I'm going to go with
All right.
Chip first. Chip, first thing you do.
Okay. So how much attention is on me at this point, and how much is on the king?
But it's about half and half.
Okay. All right. I'm going to bolt for the first guard that is paying attention to the king and not me, looking for a gap in the circle to run through.
Okay, let's call this a grace move. And it's hard because they're tight and they're
That
all
makes
around
sense.
you. You got to beat 5.
I got a 1, a 5, and a 1. So I got a 5.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
I
hit
believe that's
exactly
fine,
is
though.
a yes, but
Yeah.
okay. So you charge out toward what looks like a little gap. You knock one of these guards. He falls to the ground, and you made it outside of the little ring of guards.
All right.
Shit.
But hang on a moment.
Oh, he's getting more
Yeah,
materials. This is bad.
There's like a battalion of 200 more rats.
Oh, right.
Ratman.
Oh, this is going to be editing. I'm going to have to edit all this now.
So it
We'll
doesn't matter what you
lose
say
the
right now?
dramatic tension, but
All right.
No, it's
You know, when I pause
I
like
have
that,
not
it's
lost it.
because I'm referring to the machine. Like, I don't want to make the decision. I want the machine to make the decision.
Yeah.
So the rules, the dice, and whether two rules clash into each other. That's what I'm looking at. Okay, so what's going on right now is that all of the traps suddenly disappeared because because the firing of the gunshot shocked Reggie enough to destroy his control.
Makes sense.
Makes sense, eh?
Oh shit.
Now I'm jumping back to the other two guys. All the traps suddenly disappeared. Now I'll give you a round of what in old school D&D we would call a round of stun. Right? All of the rats are stunned for one round because they're trying to figure out what the fuck is happening.
Did any chance we saw Reggie book it? Yeah, I'm assuming how I'm envisioning it is he ran. The direction that he ran was running away from us.
Chip, which direction were you running?
Thanks. Honestly,
no, I mean
just
in the opposite direction, like you're. You know what I mean?
Well, I'd probably
he actually didn't. He didn't say, so I'm gonna roll it.
That makes sense. I tried to run in the direction that I came in, but honestly, like, who the hell knows right now?
You know what? This is actually the way I was picturing it in my head. He ran sort of. If you're facing north, he ran northwest. So yeah, mostly away from you.
Possible. Would we be able to notice that?
Oh sure. Oh yeah.
So
you heard the gunshot. You know exactly what's going on. The rats have never heard a gunshot before, but you know what it is.
Well, Reggie would just lower his shoulder into any rat that was in his way to just take off after Chip.
Okay. And Nash?
Oh, I guess he would shoot the rats next to Reggie to give him. He'd be able to break him, right? So he's almost surrounded. You said they were all around him. So he would just full auto burst into the rats to break him. He's, because I see him like make that move to run. I was like,
just a spray of death.
Right? Because they're unaware and they don't see me anyway.
Shit. Yeah, I'm just trying to get to Chip.
All right. Well, your presence is becoming announced now.
Yeah.
Yep. More gunshots. That gives us another round of stun,
roll.
right? If he's doing a spray, we should get another stun. No? All right.
Maybe. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so this is a grace roll plus your firearm skill. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Any bonuses for the surprise or no?
Yeah, I'll.
Feel free to say no. I'm just
No, go ahead and take a +1. It's not really because of surprises, because you've got so many targets.
Yeah. Okay, fair.
Yes, I encourage you to say no to most things I say as well, please.
Fuck you. I rolled a 1 and a 2. So
Nice.
2 with a +3 is a 5. So
Okay, so you have killed one rat and fired bullets into the air.
yeah. They're shorter than I thought.
Yeah, you're right.
So one of them goes down with a squeal.
They're hunched over, they got that.
Yeah.
You know what? Nobody even seems to be paying attention to the one dude you just took out. So just one rat goes, and falls to the ground. Nobody else notices. They're all too busy looking around trying to figure out what happened to the traps, and I'm jumping back to Chip.
So I just yell at Reggie, bring him back here, bring him back here.
All right, I'll try.
Chip?
So Action Jackson style. Basically, Chip's going to hold the gun like over his head and behind him.
Oh shit!
Kind of just trying to shoot to cover his path as he just tries to book it. Type of opening he sees at all. Probably have heard the gunfire from Nash, right?
And I was yelling.
Spot that. I'll try to head towards that while frantically firing who knows how many shots over my shoulder. Just be like, ah!
Okay, you're going to kind of have to circle around the pit and like around the outer area of the cavern to make it back to where Reggie is. You won't be able to make it this round. You can get about halfway there. And nobody is really obstructing you. You push a few of them out of the way because they're just in your way. but nobody is attacking you. The king is taking off after you. So he's chasing you around the outer edge of the cavern. The guards are not sure what to do at this point because you've broken the protocol of martial combat.
Oh, shit.
The first rule about rat combat is you don't leave rat combat.
That is a death penalty. You're dead.
That's funny. That's funny because Chip's first rule of combat is to leave combat.
Which makes perfect sense. Now a catch-22 here, gentlemen.
Yes.
Okay, Reggie, you see Chip booking in your direction. The rats around you are beginning to recover from stun, so we're about to go back into action time again. And you see that the king is chasing him. Now the guy, the king, is only about 4.5 feet tall, and he's really fat, so he actually doesn't run as fast as Chip does. But he'll be here a second or two later.
All right, so do I have sort of a clear look at him as we're running towards each other in slow motion while Underwear Reggie has his arms out and for an embrace?
He's
Running towards Underwear Chip.
He's head and shoulders above these rats, so you can see him coming your way, and he's you should see the look on his face.
So is there anything in between us right now?
There's some random little clusters of rats between you.
All right, so I'll put it this way. What I want to do is I want to make it easier for him to get to Nash because Nash has the gun. So I'm going to do whatever. I'm going to try to bowl through as many rats as I can to kind of make the path. So, like, if that means that I got to turn around and lead him, like if he's going to be making it through, either that or I'll go after and I'll just drop kick the Rat King.
Don't you have a gun?
I took all my clothes off. I did say that. I established all my clothes are off.
But you didn't say you gave your gun up. I mean, I'm not playing your dude. I just assumed you still had a firearm.
If I still have a firearm, I'll take shots. But if I don't, I did sort of imply that I will
feel like you don't. I'm sorry.
Okay. I'll go with it.
Well, especially
I'm going to try to remove as many rats as possible from Chip's path.
Okay,
with my own body.
Okay, so you're like, okay.
I'm greased up too. Don't forget the grease.
You're doing it these guys like lineman style.
Yes.
Right. You just want to bowl some of them over.
Oh yeah.
Let's make this a might roll.
Shit. Okay. Yes. Oh, that's good. My current might is a 1. I'm making good decisions based on my stats. I'm making great.
Do you have any sort of athletics or sports skills?
How about slip dynamics? Does that help?
Oh,
no. Fighting, Carlisle. I'm gonna do some crazy Carlisle holds and start throwing rats left and right.
There you go.
All right, so I get a +1 to my 1 die roll. I rolled a 1, so that's a 2.
Oh
It's 2.
Just to go downhill.
So I do it.
No, you don't do it.
I get 2 rats.
Something.
No, okay.
Yeah, this is actually a no and.
Oh, you get grabbed by a rat, don't you?
No.
I get
it's a bad touch.
We're trading out.
You'd think they'd be put off by all the grease, you know?
You would think.
Grease?
I got a lot of grease on me. So there's like globs of it.
Maybe that attracts them. That's the end. That's the no end.
I did not realize
great.
that they were attracted to the grease that's upon me, and now I'm swarmed with rats.
Like bees to honey, or ants to honey.
Okay, let's see.
Reggie fucked up.
Okay, well,
Nash,
it's not as bad.
Fucked up.
It's not as bad as it could have been. You flip one of these rats, and you just hit the angle wrong. You go over backwards with a rat on top of you. You're not hurt, but you're also not standing. And cut back to Nash.
I mean, if nobody seems to have noticed him, how far away is the king? Because I think at this point he would just hunker down, try to draw a bead on the king, and just take the king out, assuming that if he goes down, all hell will break loose.
Okay. Chip is now about 30 feet away from you. He'll be here at the end of next round.
Okay.
The king is about 10 feet behind him, and it's not directly behind, but I need to warn you that if you miss this shot, you might hit Chip.
Oh.
I have faith in you.
I rolled 1 and a 2 last time.
I don't know why I said that.
I forget the action economy. Would I be able to slide out to my right to get a better angle and take a shot? Or is this essentially predicated on me trying to gauge distance, trying to, match his running and just firing off a shot?
Well, at this moment, you're in the tunnel, which is elevated and small. So in order to even do that, you'd have to come down into the cavern first.
See a whole round. Okay. I'll just take the shot then.
Yes.
All right. Wow.
I rolled a 6, which is an 8. Because I got +2. So he's just
all the rats.
He's in real tight. He's got a gun up on his knee, and he's just waiting.
Nice.
He lets out a slow breath, wheezes the shot, boom, into the rat.
I can see that. That is
Dude.
beautiful.
All right. The shot hits the Rat King in the side of his head. It like tears his cheek open. And he falls to the ground immediately. Blood is gushing, and he starts squealing like a demon.
You're the Rat King now.
Oh, yeah, and shiny objects go scattering all over the floor. So the king is squealing. He's shouting out something in the rat language, and the guards are starting to turn their heads in this direction. Back to Chip.
All right. Chip's going to realize that he forgot his cell phone back, so he's going to run all the way around the... No, I'm kidding.
I will shoot you.
Like, I forgot to film it again.
So yeah, his eyes with that shot whizzing past his head. I imagine the slow motion bullet time as the bullet just grazes inches away from his head and smashes into the Rat King. And Chip goes wide-eyed and just starts making a beeline bolt towards Nash with this giant, angry, upset, surprised, frightened, happy smile on his face.
And you do that. You jump over a couple of rats that are crouching in between you and Reggie, who is on the ground struggling to get back up now. And by the way, at this moment, you hear a woman.
Sorry, do I run? Is Reggie right there, basically?
Yeah, he's between you and Nash, so you're going to encounter Reggie before you encounter Nash.
Oh, okay. In that case, can I alter that slightly? And I'd like to help Reggie by shooting the rat that he's trying to wrestle with. Point blank, like...
One to the
if I have any bullets left.
I'll give that to you.
I have no idea.
So this will be a grace roll. You're trying to shoot while running at top speed, or are you stopping?
No, I'd stop. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's not stupid enough to try to run and shoot at something. Really?
Okay, so it's a grace roll. Any firearm skill? Okay, so it's just a straight grace roll.
Can you have negatives in firearm skills? I'm pretty sure Chip has that.
I'm going to beat 4.
I rolled a 3, a 4, no, a 3, a 4, and a 5.
Oh, you did.
Yep. So I got a 5. Right. It's great. Yeah. Okay. I wanted to make sure I was rolling 3 dice.
Yeah. The impact of the blast knocks that rat off of Reggie, who can now get up unimpeded.
I will put my hand out to help Reggie up.
But once again, as you do that, You're still a little bit away from Reggie because you had to stop running in order to get the shot. The rat tumbles off of Reggie. You hear a woman's voice echoing off the walls. You don't see any woman, but you can probably surmise this is Joan Marlowe, and she's screaming, "Help! Who's there? Dad? Is that you? I'm down here."
Oh, does down here sound like it's coming from the pit?
Kind of does, yeah.
Fuck.
We did have a mission, didn't we?
Okay, back to Reggie and then Nash.
So I obviously heard her. I'm gonna okay. How far is the pit from me right now?
20 feet.
Okay, seeing that.
In fact, from where you are, you can see that it's like at least 20 feet deep as well.
But, all right, so before you take your action, let me ask this question. So
Yep.
I have a pro kit for military. I didn't say that I had it. I didn't say that I brought it, but I'm assuming if we're on mission, that would be probably the sort of thing that we would travel with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me correct myself, by the way. The pit is 10 feet deep, which means that Reggie is just close enough to see the blonde head of a human female down in the bottom of the pit.
Okay. So
I have a stealth pro kit.
Well, but you're naked.
Which would be right next to you.
Well, I'm just wondering. So if I have rope in my pro kit, I would yell to you, take the rope and throw the rope down in your direction. But I can't do it until my turn anyway. But I could say, hey, I have the rope. If you want to run towards me to grab the rope and then...
So, what if... what if I started... Reggie gets up. Thanks, Chip! And then I just start booking it towards the pit, and then you took the pack, and we have a flashback of Nash's high school football days, and we go back and forth, and he throws a beautiful pass leading me right to the pit.
I'm good with it.
We're trying to throw that rope?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I'll do a grace roll, I'm assuming, to see that I can even catch it.
And a grace roll to throw it?
And then Chip has a flashback when he was a high school cheerleader. Start cheering on Nash.
That is a plus.
Let me clarify what's going on here. So Nash is throwing the rope to Reggie?
Yes. As Reggie makes his way towards the pit. But would it be might to throw it? Or would it be grace to...
I will give you whichever you prefer.
I will take might then, because I get 3 dice.
Nice.
And Chip is cheering you on.
Yeah, don't forget that.
6. And
all right.
If I get +1 for athletics, 7.
Yeah, I would give you the +1 for athletics.
Hell yeah.
I rolled a 3.
Nash, okay, hang on, because one, then the other.
Oh, sorry.
Right? So Nash, that is a yes and.
Sweet.
Okay, so you did successfully get the rope to where you wanted to go. And what other great thing happened? You tell me.
Reggie catches it despite his awkward stride and nakedness and running towards the pit.
You got it. Without even consciously thinking of it, Reggie just throws out his hand and the rope is right there. Boom.
It just like
It's
lands
a perfect throw.
on him.
Yeah.
It's less he catches it,
It lands
more
and
than I
wraps
snare
around.
him
I've got
with
it. Beautiful
lasso
style.
It's like a Captain Jack Sparrow move where he succeeds without even knowing that he did it.
Yeah.
Yes, perfect.
The rope is now in your hand, Reggie.
To be, I'm gonna run. I'm gonna surprise the shit out of myself. Oh shit! Beautiful pass, and then I'm gonna run over to the pit, and I'm gonna throw the rope down there. Climb, and try to get her, and put the rope down the pit and try to pull her up.
Okay, now there's lots of rats all over the place. You have to weave or jump or alter your course a little bit to get there. Yeah. I'm going to let you, in this round, you can get to the pit and you can throw the rope down. Yep. And that's where that frame ends. And then I'm going to jump back to Chip. Or more specifically, I'm going to jump back to the Rat King and then Chip. Okay. The Rat King You don't understand the rat language, but apparently he's been shouting for them to attack because all the guards are now moving in your direction quickly. They're coming toward all three of you. And a lot of the other rats are starting to stand up, smell the air, and take notice. They're turning toward you again.
All right.
Seems
So
like the
Reggie
honeymoon
seems
is
to
over, gentlemen.
Yep. Reggie seems to have his shit down, so I'm just gonna bolt as fast as I can towards Nash. Eat as many of these pesky little critters as possible.
All right, this is a grace roll, and you need to beat 5 because the rat is calling everyone to stop you.
All right. Oh, I got a 6. I got a 6, a 1, and a 4.
Right on. Grace roll 6. You beat by 1. That means a yes, exactly. You have made it exactly to. You scramble up the wall and into the hole, and you're right next to Nash now.
Laying on the ground.
All of the guards have about half closed the distance between the throne and the hole where you two guys are. Reggie, you're on the other side of that line.
Okay.
Standing above the hole, and down there in the bottom, you see Joan Marlowe. She's getting up. She's got a surprised look on her face. She wants to say, "Who the hell are you?" But then she thinks better of it and grabs the rope.
Come on up. It's just a dream. It's just a dream. The man in your underwear saving you from a pit of rats is just a dream. And I'll pull her up.
This is quite a vision. This naked man coming to the rescue. And Nash, anything?
So as opposed to actually trying to eliminate rats, can I lay down suppressing fire so that it gives Reggie and the doctor an opportunity to get up towards the hole?
Yeah, you can absolutely do that.
All right. Is it still just a shooting roll?
Yeah, just don't roll 1.
Okay, fair. Oh, 6 and a 5, so a 7.
Oh man, on fire tonight.
You did a beautiful job of laying down suppressing fire in the air. The rats who are starting to figure out what these gun noises are begin cowering and putting their hands over their heads.
And I just yell at Chip. I'm like, shoot something! Shoot something!
The Rat King is still screeching, and the vanguard of guards who's coming towards you is now scrambling up to the hole where Chip has. They're following Chip up into the hallway where Nash and Chip now are. Here they come, man. There's 6 of these guys, and they're the biggest, baddest rats around. Meanwhile, other rats throughout the room are having heard the king's call. They're helping the king up, and they're moving toward the same direction. So, Reggie, right now, there's about 40 rats between you and the other 2 guys.
Very quick look around. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Right, most of them are facing toward Nash and Chip. But there's no easy way for you to get to their position right now. Think about that for a moment. Let's go back to Chip.
Okay, so now getting up to my feet and with Nash yelling at Chip saying,
"You can't stand in here. You guys are crawling."
That's even better. So getting to my knees and getting down, as high as possible, with shoot something, and Chip will turn to him and be like, "I can't. I left my cell phone back there again."
The gun! Shoot with the gun!
But I can do something there. Give me your flashlight.
In the bag.
All right, so he'll grab the flashlight and then turn it on and start waving it, and he just starts yelling, "Unless you want me to explode every single person's head in here, you will back off. I don't want to kill you. I kind of actually like rats. I ate a mouse as a pet when I was a kid. But I swear I will kill every single one of you."
Okay, such a wonderful actor.
Yeah, this is an acting role.
All right. 5d6. And I got a, let's see, that is a 1, a 6, a 5, 4, and a 1. So that's a 6 plus 2. So that's an 8.
Good, because that was an unlikely maneuver, but you just beat it by 1.
Oh,
Nice.
All right, they freeze where they are. They're like halfway up the slope toward the hole. They're scared of you, Chip. They freeze where they are. But
Good.
back in the cavern, you see, or actually, it's probably Nash that notices some rats are escaping through other tunnels on the other side of the cavern.
Oh shit! They may be trying to flank us. Reggie, get your ass moving! Let's go! Let's go!
Oh,
All right, now
Okay.
we got the Joan Marlowe has climbed up the rope. She seems pretty much unharmed, mostly naked, a little bruised and battered, a couple scratches here and there, but doesn't look like she's actually taken any serious damage. She's asking you where her father is.
we're going to take you right to your father just as soon as I take over your dream one more time. I would like to lucid dream again. Is that possible?
You can try.
I want to create an enormous pit beneath all of the rats that are between us and the way out. And then when they fall into the pit, I want to bestow the ability to jump over the pit into her. And I want the power of her belief to safety.
That's a pretty tall order.
That's so dumb. It's
Just run
dumb.
around the pit.
God. Yeah, I want to get rid of the rats with a big old pit, but then that puts a pit between us and escape.
Well, it doesn't have to encompass the whole thing, right? I mean, if you bring the rope back, you could throw the rope up to me as long as you leave a little side thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
you can
maybe
make your
there's
whole,
just
you can
maybe
make
I
the
just
pit
have the two
big enough for most of them to fall into it, and then you'll only have a few
and then
to
get
deal
through.
with.
Yes, a pit that. All right, gotcha. Yeah, a pit that leaves a little room for us to escape. Like I want to do it strategically so that we can get around them.
All right. Now, Joan Marlowe, understandably, is chattering with questions. What are you doing? Who are you guys? Where's my father? Don't you know that my window is nearly closed? Oh my God, I can't believe that you saved me. And it's really hard to focus right now.
Oh, perfect, great. So that's a bonus die, right? Bonus. All right, what am I trying to beat here? Listen to me. We're trying to get you back to your father. We know your window's closing. That's why we're in a hurry. Now, I'm going to take control of your nightmare.
And I need you to be quiet for a minute.
Just quiet for 1 minute. And blood starts to come out of his right nostril.
You need to beat 5.
God. The last 3 rolls have been shitty with the My Little Pony die. Lucid dreaming +1 gives me a 5. I rolled a 4. That's my highest.
I think that's
like a yes, but.
This is a yes, but.
Yeah.
Yes, but, yeah.
Okay, suddenly a pit appears in the ground. A large number of rats fall into it. Some of the ones who are scrambling up the wall sort of fall into it as the scree rolls into the pit that you've just created. But just at that moment, one of the rats nearest you runs in your direction and body checks you into the pit.
No! Can I throw her? Can I get her to safety? Can I?
No, because you're totally focused on making this happen.
That's true. It is.
You're not even aware of the guy running at you until he hits you, and you fall into the pit. That's a 10-foot drop.
Oh God.
In fact, give me a grace roll to avoid damage.
I would love to.
Beat 3.
Oh, double 6s.
Oh,
assholes!
Really?
Yeah, I have 2.
Yes, and so you do fall into a nice tuck and roll. You manage to evade any damage and land on your feet, Tell me what else is fortunate that happened.
Oh, well, can I say that she stayed out of the pit?
No,
Or
there's a
is that- is that
trampoline
just-
at the bottom of the pit.
I lucid dreamed this. Lucid dream a trampoline, and I'll do another flashback scene where I was a trampoline Olympiad, and I can totally get out of this pit. No, I mean, I would say I would want her to be able to stay up if that's at all possible. Still,
I
and to get.
will give you that. Yeah. Okay.
So as I'm going down, I'm falling.
She's
in, I
like
get
she's
checked by
clinging
Brad.
to you, but luckily she lets go as you go toss.
She slips on the grease.
Yeah.
She slips on the grease, if we're being honest. Yeah. She's, I can't hold you. And then I'm like, it's okay. Just get to Nash. And I'm down.
All right. And you know what? We're going to pause just for a moment there. You guys can strategize while I go get more coffee.
All right.
Just like
Yeah. I'm
1
actually
minute.
going to
Go
grab
ahead.
one. I'm going to, because I'm in the bottom of the pit, I'm just going to grab a refill beer.
Okay.
Sounds like a perfect time to advertise for birds of a feather coffee.
Yeah, I should probably pull up the site, right? Because I never know what the actual address is.
Go ahead and get yourself some special limited edition Legends brew.
It's a really convoluted thing. So it's www.birdscoffeecompany.com. That starts pretty normal. Then /coffees/legends, a dash of dash tabletop dash legendary dash brew. Come on, Neil. It could just be legendary brew. What the hell's all the dashes?
Are you doing a
That's
commercial
old
right
We're
school.
doing a commercial. Hey man, we got to pimp like all the other shows that are like super tons more successful. So like, check out the sponsors, man. Go order some coffee. I make some money on that.
Buy some coffee.
If only Neil started brewing beer full time too.
Oh no shit! Right? We should get Leah to make a legendary brew beer because she is.
Yeah, doesn't she brew? She homebrews, right?
Does yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a whole state line with alcohol and shit. I don't know how well that'll work.
Yeah. Yeah, it depends on what state you're in, how corrupt.
Yeah, she's
Do you
in.
have a commercial jingle to wrap it up?
She actually put together a really nice commercial.
Birds of a feather coffee. We're not bird's eye vegetables.
Yeah. Buy our shit. No, but legitimately, we do have coffee. Neil, who runs the Fear Itself game and also the Rogue Trader game, is a professional roaster. I mean, he has a legit roaster. He does markets. He has coffees website. Check it out. There's a link on our page, legendsoftabletop.com. There's a link up on the top, which will take you to that page that has that really wonky web address. But the other coffees are good too. I exclusively drank the Night Owl blend before, but now that I can get my own coffee, I just drink that, and it's really good. And I don't just say that because we sell it. I say that because it's really good, and that's all that I buy now. So.
And who was that again?
Birdscoffeecompany.com.
I love it. I'll pretend that I've got a cup right here.
Just edit out the I'll pretend I.
Now that's some good coffee.
Yeah.
We did it.
I had some when I came home from work. That's why I'm still up and able to play games.
Right on. Okay, so just to recap, the king shrieked out a command, stop him, get him, or whatever. The guards start chasing. Reggie makes it to the pit. He gets Joan up out of the pit, and he decides to create a big hole in the ground. Most of the rats between him and the other two men fall into the pit. But at that moment, one rat comes rushing up, charges Reggie, and knocks him on his ass down into the pit. Fortunately, Joan is still up top. And where's the rope? Reggie, you let go of the rope.
Shit!
It's up there.
I had my next thing. It depends on the rope. Okay, I got it. All right, I'm good. I'm good.
Let's back into the tunnel. Now, and Chip, you've just seen this big hole appear and all these rats fall into it. Now, there's still a few scrambling around the edges or trying to get to you.
All right. I just draw a bead on the one that knocked Reggie down into the pit? Because if Joan is going to try to help pull him out, I don't know. Does she look healthy? Like, does she look as if she would be able to help him? Because Reggie's, I'm assuming, a bigger guy.
Okay, so by healthy, you mean does she look strong?
Strong enough to be able to...
No, her might is 1.
Okay. So she's relatively small, slight of frame. She's not...
Yeah, I can...
And we can see all of it because she's...
Yeah, I'll just tell you that
big.
her highest stats are brains and psyche. All of her skills are knowledge-based skills. She has no physical skills at all.
Yeah. So he's just like, do you want to get him or do you want me to Chip?
You.
All right,
That's totally. That was.
Right, so he kind of like looks over his shoulder and he's like, cover me? And he tries to slide down the screen to the right.
What's I have left?
Okay, so you're sliding down the screen and trying to avoid falling into the pit yourself.
Yeah, so I'm trying to, the area that he didn't, so where the pit is not, I'm trying to like slide that way.
Yeah.
And if I can, I'll shoot on my way down. I don't know if that's too much to do.
Oh, that's badass.
That is pretty badass. Yeah. If you want to take a -2 for doing 2 actions at once.
Hell yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck it.
Okay.
So I probably still shoot at the one that is near Reggie because he's going to present a problem for me, and I'm assuming the king is probably still down.
The king is getting up or has already gotten up, but he's still some ways away. He's now, instead of trying to catch Chip himself, he's just screaming, "Get him! Get him!"
Yeah. Okay, so I go after the one.
Which is why the rats near you are still in combat mode.
Right.
And you're the object.
Yeah. I don't think I feel like he can't do anything about him currently, so it's immediate threat, which is the guy that knocked Reggie.
So as you come sliding down, shooting, there are rat claws reaching up toward you, trying to grab you. You're like trying to hit the ones that are closest first.
Yeah. All right. Here goes nothing. Oh, I fire rolled a 6 and a 3.
Dude, on fire. I love it.
So I lost the +2 from the firearms. So
right.
Essentially. Right?
Oh, your firearms is +2.
Yes. So that's why it didn't matter for me, because I figure if I could roll high enough, it'd be good.
So your total is a 6?
Yes.
Okay.
Because the +2 -2 will cancel out.
Okay. That gives me a yes, but you successfully slide down to the edge of the pit. You successfully shoot a couple of them on the way down, or at least knock them out of the way. So you have made it to ground level of the cavern. When your gun goes click, you're out of ammo.
Oh, fuck! So not to game the system, but would he have, like a battle harness on with extra ammo? I'm assuming we're on
thousands
mission.
of
He's
clips.
prepared, right?
Now, your pro kit is associated with what skill?
It's a military pro kit.
Then I will give you more ammo, but it's going to take you around to ready yourself.
Yeah, that's fair.
Chip.
Yes.
What are you doing?
So he has slight uselessness in this situation. However, he wants to show resolve and resilience and usability. Will attempt to cover Nash.
Nice.
So he will take the gun awkwardly in 2 hands. Normal person, actually more like a normal person with like both hands around the handle of the gun. Weirdly, it's straight armed right in front of him, trying to beat on like Rat 2 Nash.
Okay, give me that roll. That's a great roll.
I will throw out that Reggie's firearm is probably just laying there in the hallway.
Ah, yes, it is.
It's there. It's there.
Yes, it is.
That's probably not. That's just another handgun, right? Or was that?
I assume Reggie has a rifle, right? I mean,
there's
Isn't it like
also
an
the
Uzi or
bloody
something?
handkerchief.
Yeah, Reggie's skill is long gun, isn't it?
Yeah. So it was a large. It wasn't a handgun. It was
an M16.
whatever allowed me to use my long gun plus 2. It was the
wow.
two-handed. Yeah.
So in heeding the advice of Nash in terms of covering and seeing a lot of action movies, would it make more sense for Chip to swap out the weapons? Would that be feasible? I think that he's seen a lot, and he's always seen, like, the sniper guy sitting up on the top of the thing, laying down cover fire for his buddies.
Yeah, I can see that.
Right. It's pure flavor. I have no skills in anything.
Right. So your approach is just sort of a random.
Yeah, basically. Slightly bigger gun.
Yes. Could do more damage.
All right. So so this is a grace roll, Chip.
Okay. All right. So I got a 3, a 2, and a 6.
Okay.
Nice.
I have no bonuses at all or anything. So
what you've done is the important part of what you've done is that the ones nearest to you are cowering. They're not coming closer to you. Remember, they were already frightened of you.
Mm-hmm. Well, my flashlight to her.
From the flashlight, and because you just scared them just a few seconds ago, you made a speech that scared them, and now you're spraying gunfire. So they're kind of cowering and not moving any closer to you. But the ones who are further away, some of them are heading toward Joan and the pit.
Oof.
And Nash. A couple of them are moving toward you as well.
Okay, I figured.
Let's go to Reggie.
I'm in a pit with like a shitload of rats, right?
No.
Oh.
You're in a pit with nothing.
I'm in the pit that she was in.
Yes.
You're in the pit that she was in. The only thing down here is a puddle of urine on the floor in one corner of the pit.
Is it better if it's hers or rat?
Can I discern if it's human or rat urine? That's gonna make a difference in what I do next.
It's definitely human. It's human.
Hers.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Useless rubbing yourself in that.
Oh, guys, I got a lot of stupid ideas floating around in my head. So all there is the puddle of urine. It's a 10 foot deep, and I have nothing. Right?
Do you have athletic? Could you? I don't know. What would be? How wide is the pit? Could you make like a running jump, like fucking Ninja Warrior style? Grab the edge of the fucking pit.
It's about 10 by 10.
See the thing. So I want to lucid dream again, but you tell me, am I overdoing the whole lucid dreaming thing?
I don't think he's going to give you
that could be the whole theme of this episode right now.
Because I'm like a kid with a new
if you
toy.
think about it, the more 11 does it, like she eventually passes out. So who the hell knows?
Right, and I am totally down for like
gonna fail, and your brain's gonna explode.
I am totally fine with paying the consequence for overusing it. I just don't want to do something outside of what the whole lucid dreaming thing was intended to be.
No, it's a skill like any other skill. So you can go ahead and attempt to use it. I would say that where we stretched it a little bit was last time, because I let you do it with just basically a couple seconds of time, and really you need more time to focus on that. You should take a round and do nothing except focus, is what I'm telling you.
I like that. So I'm going to take a round, and I'm going to do something with lucid dreaming with that puddle of urine.
Okay, so you be thinking about that.
I know what I'm going to do, but I'll wait around before I disgrace myself by saying it out loud.
I'm gonna jump back to Nash. Nash, you've got 4 rat men coming towards you.
I am going to be moving as I am changing clips. So I'm assuming they're coming directly at me. The pit is kind of over here to my right. So I'm kind of...
you've made it past the pit, and these were some who were previously on the other side of the cavern. They've now come this way toward all the hubbub.
Oh, I mean Reggie's pit. Yeah. So I'm assuming the pit that Reggie opened is on my left. The pit that Reggie is in is on my right. So I'm just kind of, moving back and like swapping ammo out as I'm moving towards Reggie to I want to get into position to where I could get the rope over to him and reload, because having rat people come at me without having viable protection.
Yeah, well, I'm attacking you.
No.
So let's say you're dodging. That's what we're going to call this.
All right.
Because you really have no other choice. You want to keep moving forward.
Yeah, I didn't realize they were that close, but he still needed to reload and get close to the pit. So I feel like he would be committed to that action.
Okay. All right, here we go. You successfully evade all their attempts to get you. You have to zigzag a little bit. You're running. You're running like a quarterback with the ball evading.
Yeah.
Right.
From the flashback.
He throws one of the clips at the rat as it like comes in. Like instead of just dropping it or like stashing it, he like fucking throws it.
And that's from baseball because you were a pitcher too. So you knocked him out with a.
Okay, so I'm going to say you have made it to the edge of the pit. You've made it to Joan's position.
Okay.
Block.
When you get to Joan's position, she's like pointing down in the pit. Your friend is down there, and then she points in the other direction, all the way across the other side of the cave, where you can now see one of the tunnels that you saw them escape through. She's like, "There's another way out."
He just starts to laugh because now Chip is up in the thing. He's like, if I get him talking as free, I'm assuming I'm like, throw the rope down. Not all of it. Don't throw all of it.
All right. She throws the rope down into the pit. There's a rope down there with you.
I'll stand on it if I'm able to like just shift my position so I'm standing on the rope.
All right. You're standing on the rope. The bottom of the rope has just reached Reggie. And let's see. We did Reggie's action. I did the rats on you. So we got a couple other rats. Let's see what they're doing. They're closing in. You guys are going to have to shoot your way through a wall of rats to get out of here again. They're not close enough to attack yet, but they're starting to fill in.
Okay. Shit.
Well, okay.
Well, I guess we'll see what happens.
So once again, there's sort of a wall of rats between you and where you want to be.
Sure.
There's just so many of these little fuckers.
Yeah.
So whose action is it?
I think we're going back to no. Yeah, Chip.
All right. So that we are a little bit in the future, and so they probably use like more advanced high tech like lithium hydrogen battery for all their shit now.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
What I want to do is I want to take the flashlight that I have, my electronic skill, grab a gum wrapper from the pack, overload the battery, a little mini bomb.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And I just want to take that, and I want to, if that works, so I want to do that and huck it and hope that what I've done is successful enough to, if it takes a rat out, that's awesome, but more so I want to do like a distractor.
Okay.
So just like a big flash.
I can see you short circuiting the phone with a gum wrapper. What I have a problem with is the time delay, because there's none.
Okay, that's
It's not a grenade, right? Once you touch that, it's going to blow in your hand.
oh, that's a really good point. Okay, so bump the skill. Could I possibly bump the difficulty up to like a little bit of material in between the foil and the battery to create some kind of delay?
Honestly, I'm not sure you have enough time.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Hey, you get an
Dude,
A.
I love the Moxie though. This is fantastic.
In that case, I'm just going to take the flashlight and throw it. Jesus Christ.
You
Creating.
I like the idea of using the phone in a creative way. It's just that's a lot to do in a couple seconds.
That makes sense.
Could he start it? Well, could he start it this round and then complete it the next round if it takes more than an extended action?
Wait, what about
Yeah.
circuiting it so that it creates it causes the battery to start to overheat, creating an immediate short circuit, like almost taking the safety off of it and just ramping the usage, like the CPU usage up, so that it'll explode within like a handful of seconds. 15, 20 seconds. Like,
I mean, we all know that lithium hydrogen batteries have those.
I'll let you make a roll to do that, but that means you got to spend this round actually doing it, and then next round we'll find out if it works.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. And I'm assuming we'll probably also find out like after I've thrown it.
Okay,
And
now the rats nearest to Chip are still not making any approaching moves. They're only about 6 feet away from you, but they're still scared of you.
All right. 3 and a 2, and that's I have a lot electronics plus 1, so that would be a 4.
Yeah, that's kind of horrible. Okay, so this round you're just fiddling with the wave phone and trying to make something happen. Meanwhile, let's cut back to Reggie. The rope has been tossed down.
So I took a round and I'm focusing. Oh, God.
The Rat King is screaming still.
He is. Yeah. All right, I'm just gonna do it. Fuck it. I'm going to create a urine tidal wave that's going to explode out from the pit, and I'm going to ride the wave, and I'm gonna grab her, and I guess I'm gonna attempt to grab down there as well, and we're gonna ride it to safety. Just tell me to.
Well, don't worry about me. You're like a urine bender.
Yes. Well, yeah. I don't have any control over the urine. It was more like,
That's
there's
fucking
a
insane.
puddle of urine. Well, I'm gonna make a tidal wave and get the fuck out of here. So like, it was just like I wanted to explode out and wash away the rats, but like I'm riding it on like maybe a surfboard, and then I grab her and it takes us to the cave. God
Okay, this is an amazing cinematic image if you manage to pull it off.
Yeah. Yeah,
okay. Now you've spent a round of focusing. You're ready to do it, but guess what? That means you lost the previous focus. The pit seals up. Now the good news is that the rats who fell into it are they're gone. They're dead.
Ooh. Yeah, they just get obliterated. Right.
They're buried in mixed. Their atoms are mixed in among rock and stone and dirt.
Oh God.
Awesome.
Oh man!
And now you got to beat 5.
Is one of them the rat sister that I freed?
No.
Crush me and say yes.
No.
It isn't. Okay. Right.
You're happy to be saved.
There's arms sticking out.
Rebecca.
There's a snoot.
Her name was
Yeah,
Rebecca.
there's an arm sticking out.
Yeah. Dude, it looks horrible. There's snoots, but we're like, yeah, right. There's snoots. There's legs. It looks awful. I don't feel
There's
good
a
about it.
tail.
Sticking up out of the ground. All right, let's see that roll.
I got a 6. Finally, I got my 6. 6 plus 1, so
Yeah.
7 with the plus 1 lucid dreaming. God,
Damn, dude.
these dice finally.
We are
finally
killing it.
They've been failing me all night. I haven't been rolling well with them.
Okay, I want you to tell me what it looks like.
I mean, it looks. So there's a rumble, right? And it probably makes Nash stop. Like,
'Cause
what
I'm right
was that?
there.
And it's all, yeah, right. There's a rumble, and then Nash, you hear from the pit, you say, "I'm sorry," and then there's an explosion of urine, and it just like fires from the pit, and then it just forms this huge tidal wave, and Reggie's on top of it on a surfboard. It crashes down. And he grabs, oh my God, what's her name? Marlo. He
Joan.
grabs her, and then he's just riding, and he's got like fireman's carry situation going, and he's just riding the urine wave up to the hole. And
Right
if
in the
Nash is
tunnel.
in the way, yeah. And if Nash is there, he'd try to grab Nash too, I guess, or I don't know. But that's what's happening.
Well,
it's all
okay,
leading
so give
right
me
up to the hole.
Okay, so give me a grace roll for trying to grab your companions here.
Of course,
Just
of
roll
course, yes.
as high as you can.
I would say if you only can, just grab her.
If you have an athletic skill, you can add it.
I really don't, but I rolled a 5 flat on the die.
That means you grabbed her, but not him.
Okay, I'm sorry, Nash. Shit.
So you go to grab
no,
me
it's piss.
as the urine like comes over and kind of like pushes me down to my knee, so your arm just like slides like right past where my chest would have been.
And I'm greasy, so you can't grab a hold of me.
So I'm like on all fours, or you know, like down on my knees, maybe kind of like hunched over as I'm just reek of urine now as I see the surfboard just kind of like fucking shoot into the hole.
I'm so sorry, John.
That's fucking insane. Big wave of urine. He's got a surfboard too.
Yeah, it's a fucking surfboard.
He grabs Joan. He's like dragging her. She's, you don't have the best hold on her. She's hanging on to your midsection. You've got her like down on one side, or her,
On account of the grease, yeah.
her legs are in the urine basically. But the wave pushes you over. It's over the pit of all like the hands sticking up and the snoots and the, right?
Like twitching, like
Splashes over that, and you bring the surfboard to a landing just underneath the slope, heading up to the hole where Chip is. You've now made it to the other end of the room, and now the only person who's still in there is Nash. You're in a position where in one round you could be up in the tunnel with Chip, and we're going to cut back to Nash.
Okay, I will.
Oh, by the way, that wave of urine knocked over a whole bunch of rats.
I figure, yeah. So I can scramble up without any trouble.
Let's see if the wave of urine knocked over the 4 who are standing near you. It knocked over 2 of them. There are 2 rats between you and your objective, and I'm going to roll against you no matter what you do. So,
Sure. I don't think I can kill them both outright, so I would like to make an athletics-based might to be able to sort of either football, just fucking hammer one down and run, or to be able, like running back style, just like juke around them. Like I'll sling the weapon real quick and just, if I have to bowl them over or if I can juke around.
okay. I'm rolling against you, so let's do this simultaneously.
All right.
Ooh, I rolled 2 1s.
Nice. I rolled a 5
yeah.
with my +1 for athletics is 6.
All right, these rats actually, you don't even have to body check them. They turn toward you and slip in the urine and fall.
So he like tenses up as he gets closer, and it just sort of slips, and he's like fucking hauls ass.
You're like, thank you, Reggie.
Yeah, right.
Make room, I'm coming up.
The only thing I regret is that it wasn't rat urine because I imagine that that's sort of rank and sort of like cat urine, so there's ammonia, but it's human urine, so this is all just like very sterile, and it's nice actually. It's a bath.
Well, they might not like it though because it's human urine though, right?
Yeah,
So
they
it's
might
not
not
their
like
own.
That's true. They probably hate it. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's burning their skin. It's burning their skin. Drama point.
Well, this is like literally the embodiment of that old curse. I piss on you and your whole family.
Yes.
So, Nash, you're headed up to the tunnel, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So there's two guys there. They're both guards. They were the ones who were scared of Chip but didn't fall into the pit.
Okay.
They have their backs to you, but they're between you and the hole. And you think about that for a minute while we jump back to Chip.
All right. So Chip has fiddled with his with the flashlight and the sensors on that and everything and the battery. He is overridden the safeties of the fuse mechanism, and just cranks that sucker up way past how bright it's supposed to be, and he takes it and he just on some cover for Reggie and Joan, tosses this thing out.
Now, did we make we made the roll for that already, didn't we?
Yeah,
For your jury rigging
yeah,
of
and
the
I
phone?
failed horribly, but I'm figuring that.
But you don't know
he
that.
failed horribly.
Yeah. Kudos to you for recognizing that fact. Okay, so you throw the phone in, it has absolutely no effect. No one even looks at it. All eyes are on you. You're laying down suppressing fire, so that means you're not shooting at them, you're shooting over their heads.
Yeah, I don't even think I could fire at him if I wanted to.
Go ahead and make a grace roll and just come up with something better than 1.
Let's see.
Great. That's
Great. 2 4, so that's a 4 right there.
Okay, so the gun doesn't jam, you're not out of ammo, you successfully put down suppressing fire. The two guards who are in between you and Nash are staying cowered. Their eyes are still on you, Chip.
Mm-hmm.
And that means, Nash, their backs are to you. So, back to Nash.
Are they on an...
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm back to Reggie. Reggie hasn't had a turn since the wave of urine.
Well, when you say it like that...
I feel like...
Should have been 2 turns.
Yeah, right. I come to a stop on the nice soft ground with her like on the fireman's carry, and then I'd be immediately trying to scurry back up to get to the cave where Chip is to at least put her there, and if I have to help Nash at all, I'm going to do that. Okay,
well, the same 2 dudes who are obstructing Nash's view of the tunnel are also obstructing your view of the tunnel. They're only 6 feet from the hole itself.
Okay, so
you're gonna have to get past them.
On the surfboard or after? Or after?
I'm imagining the surfboard landed about where the pit was, so you're still on cavern level. You're not up at tunnel level. Yeah, standing halfway up with the scree are these 2 guards who are facing Chip. They're crouching because they're scared of the gun. Mm-hmm. And they're not aware of you, but they are between you and Chip. So you either have to bowl them over, somehow make it around them, or take them out.
Can I attempt to wield the surfboard as a melee weapon and just knock them
right in the leg,
hell out of the way? Just take them right the fuck out.
I'm gonna make you do another lucid dreaming roll.
Oh shit! Okay. Now, so do I have to take a round?
Yeah, because you control the narrative for 1 round, so you want to keep controlling it. You have to roll it again.
Right. All right. Well, then in that case, I'm not because I don't want to make this last another round. I'm just going to try to take them both out with my own body.
Okay. So this is
so I don't have to take a round to
Might roll plus any athletic skills you have, or martial arts.
Are they looking at me at all?
No, their backs are to you. They're focused on Chip because they're aware that they know what a gun is now.
Yeah.
Smash their heads together.
I've got fighting and stealth at a +1. Could I add a +2? Because or is that not how that? Is that the spirit of that rule or no?
That is not the spirit of that rule. It's one or the other.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go. Well, it's a +1. I'm just gonna say he's being very stealthy, and I'm just gonna try to I reach for a knife, realize I don't have one because I'm in underwear, and I'm just gonna try to stealthily, put it on the neck and just just put them out so that they're out of the way.
Right. Okay. So
one die.
So you get to use your. Go ahead and use your martial arts skill.
Oh. 5 on the die.
Yeah. Okay. You wanted to beat a 4, so
6 plus. Yeah.
So that is a yes.
Plus
you
1.
knock their heads together.
Boink.
One of them falls down. The other one whirls around and hisses at you. And we cut.
Shut up.
And we cut to Nash.
Can we say that I am charging up the hill and I run past Joan, I run past Reggie, and I just fucking dive right into the guy's gut?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're coming in kind of from the side because the pit was off to one side. So yeah, I'll give you that.
Or actually, instead of tackling, I'd rather use my martial arts. So I want to run up the hill and just as I'm running, just hammer fist down on the top of his head.
Okay, then we'll make it a grace roll.
But my... Okay, can I still have my +1 from fighting or no?
Yes.
Okay. So that's a 5 total. I rolled a 4.
He goes down.
Nice.
Yes.
So he's the gun slung. He's just running. He's scrambling up the scree and just kind of from all the way down and just fucking hammers him in the top of the head.
Bam! Remember, this guy's 2 feet shorter than you, so it's a perfect angle.
Now he's
Bam.
2.5 feet shorter.
The fighting skill was you picking out the perfect spot on the skull to hit him.
Nice. Does his neck crack? Does it kill him or?
Does not kill him. No,
Okay.
He'll be back up again.
All right. So as I'm running, I'm like, "Come on, let's go, let's go!"
You have now made it to the mouth of the tunnel, and we did Reggie just before that. So Chip.
So Chip, now seeing everybody kind of around, to drop. Well, he sees the people, sees the guys in front of him now too. So I'm actually going to try to pick off one of the rat guards in front of me.
Okay, now they're both down, but they're still alive.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. That's a grace roll.
Great. That will be a 1, a 6, and a 4. So that's a 6.
Nice. Let's see where you hit him. You hit him in the shoulder, and he sort of spins over and rolls down the scree.
Ooh, okay. Very nice.
He's not dead, but he's further away now.
Was there a grenade situation happening that you took a round for?
Yeah, already happened.
Oh, god damn it. I'm sorry. Yes, you're right.
He had rolled a 4.
He destroyed his phone for no reason at all.
That's true, yeah. Wait! Oh my god, I totally blanked that the phone is gone?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my phone's actually back where the Rat King was.
Oh my god.
Overload the flashlight to do that.
We're going to have to console Chip the loss
Again.
of his cell phone.
Right? There are no other opponents near you except for these 2 guys who are down. So if you want to, you can all get down the tunnel a little ways now.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah,
Get the hell out of here!
Yeah.
I grabbed the bag. I shoulder the bag because I'm assuming it's like an Alice pack kind of thing, the pro kit. So I'll snatch that up as we're running, and yeah, we'll shoot out the tunnel.
Well, you're actually crawling as fast as you can.
Or crawling, yeah.
Yeah. Shit, rats can crawl faster than we can crawl, I bet.
Yeah, they can. Yeah,
But they're mostly down.
That's true.
All right, so you guys scramble up the tunnel to the other end of it. It takes you about a minute to get down to the mouth of the tunnel. You burst out into the red, sandy dunes, And in front of you, you see 4 more rat men. Yes, they have run out and flanked you. Combat is not over yet, people. Here we go.
So what was
I
naked,
need to know
John.
what order you're going in. I'm
Yes, we
thinking.
are.
I'm thinking Chip is probably in the lead because he was the furthest down in the tunnel.
Absolutely, yeah.
I guess it would probably be me second with Reggie and Joan bringing up the rear. Because I kind of barreled past you guys, right?
Yeah.
Maybe Joan right behind me, so you're in the rear.
Of going to get me gun back.
All 4 of you come busting out of the hole and into the sand dunes. You look up and there's 4 rats in front of you, and they are closing to attack. And it's Jesse who's going to take the brunt of this attack.
Oh shit.
Okay, Jesse, I want you to decide what sort of combat move you're making because here they come.
Do you have Chip's or do you have Reggie's gun still?
I think you have my gun still, right?
I do, yeah. Can I feign death? Collapse onto my back.
You know what? You tried that that's what got you in here.
Sure. I will just.
You can try it again if you want. I just want to remind you that's how you got here.
Oh yeah. No, absolutely. He has he has Reggie's gun, and so he's just like panicked, like just trying to shoot at spray as much as possible, barely any control in this at all.
While you're doing that, they're lunging at you. Let's roll our dice.
Come on, Chip.
A 1 and a 6.
Nice.
Ooh. I've got a total of 5, so you beat me by 1. There are 4 of them. You have shot 2 of them. Did they fall?
Like a boss.
Yes. 2 of them go down. You're not sure if they're dead or not, but you shot 2 of them. Everybody else, you're not close enough to engage in physical combat, but if you have a gun, you can fire.
So as Nash clears, so I'm assuming in my mental picture, Chip comes out and kind of meanders to the left a little bit and hears pop pop pop. So he comes out and kind of because he's already he's crouched or he's on his hands and knees. So he just rolls to his right, shoulder rolls, comes up sitting and just pop 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 at the other 2 that are standing there.
Nice. Give me that roll.
All right. Oh, I rolled a pair of 4s, so that'll be a 6 total.
That'll do it. You have hit 2 assailants. 1 of them goes down. The other one was just a grazing shot. You've got 1 enemy left. Anybody else have a firearm? No, Reggie doesn't have one. Dude, nobody. Where's Reggie's gun?
Chip has it. Chip has it, and Chip left his gun in the tunnel.
Oh, okay. So it's the handgun that's in the tunnel.
Well, I didn't realize that. If we could say I grabbed it, I'd use it. But I'm totally cool with it not, because I don't have a gun.
Left it, right? I mean, if you saw it, you would have grabbed it.
Yeah, no, I'm open to whatever. But if I saw it, Reggie probably would have picked it up. Yeah,
well, everything's moving pretty fast, so you were looking out as fast as you could. You did not see your gun, but let's give you let's call it a, what do we call it?
Would it be brains? What's the perception?
The closest thing I can come up with is a brains roll to see if you're smart enough to realize that Chip switched the guns and you should grab his.
Okay, all right, I'll do it.
Let's make it a brains roll.
My highest is a 5.
You got it. You're holding Chip's gun.
Then I will take a shot. I won't use my long gun because it's a pistol, correct?
Yes, it's a different skill.
Correct. In fact, you're a -1.
So just a grace and -1, you said?
Yep.
Okay, grace at -1.
You want to be 4.
Ow, 2 die. I rolled a 4 on the die, so 3.
That's actually a no, but I'm trying to figure out what the but is.
Fucking guns.
Magazine
little things. These little things don't do shit.
He hears a click.
Shoot these?
Yeah, you hear a click. That gun's out of ammo.
Chip!
looks
You shot all
chips.
your bullets, mate.
Not the first time I've heard that.
There is one rat.
Don't tell anyone that.
There is one rat left standing, and he's attacking Chip. Chip, let's roll against each other here.
All right. So I would roll Grace.
Well, whatever you're trying to use.
You gonna shoot him again?
Yeah, probably. Actually, you know what? Yeah, because I have like nothing else on me except for my wit, and I don't think that's really going to do anything right now.
Well, it is a razor sharp wit.
Yeah, razor sharp wit. Do some improv comedy on him or something.
That kills
I'm
him.
going to buy
Oh my god,
gonna
some sort of a
think-
disgusting pun that just kills him.
I'm going to no. All right, could I? So I think this might go more towards art form than acting. Chip back in the day also took a lot of mime classes. And so I'm actually going to try, I'm going to like rush and stop and like feel in front of me, all in front. And he's going to think I've put up this sudden invisible force field.
Oh, the invisible wall trick.
Yeah, that's not going to work at all. All right. So I'm going to roll.
Yeah, go for that roll.
It's going to be charm with the +1. So that's all right. So I got 4, 3, 2, 5, and 6, and that is a 6 + 1, so that's 7.
Whoa! You beat me by 1. That is a yes. That rat was about to jump at you when you start doing your display. He just sort of stops and he sniffs the air. You prevented him from taking any action this round. And let's go to a new round.
Can I shoot him now?
Well, okay. What's also happened though is that 2 of the other rats have stood up again. Not dead.
Oh, I'm not dead yet.
All right, who's
Okay,
up?
so I guess it's Nash. Everything's kind of happening at once, so we might want to just call all of our maneuvers and roll at once.
Okay, I will try to. If those 2 are close together, I will try to shoot them both again.
They are close together.
All right. So he kind of he gets from sitting to kind of like one knee to give himself a better firing position. So that'll be a 7 total. I rolled a 5 was my high.
Nice. That is a yes, and you've just taken both of them out.
Nice. I'm
All
not
right,
useless. Come on, guys. Look.
Reggie grabs
going to
Nash's
use the-
face and says, "You are a totally acceptable and valid contributor to this team." And kisses him on the forehead.
Just shoot the other one. Shoot the other one.
I've got no more bullets. But I will try to lucid dream some quicksand.
You're close enough. You're close enough so that you could do like a diving tackle. You
Then
can
that's what I
charge
will
the guy.
do. I will definitely do that. Might?
Yeah.
Perfect. 1 die. 4 on the die. I have no sort of like strength skills or anything.
Okay, that is a hit exactly. So it's a yes, but you do tackle this guy.
But now we're in like a Brazilian jiu-jitsu battle.
You know what? He actually saw you coming and braced for your attack. So you did not manage to knock him to the ground. The 2 of you are locked in a sort of a wrestling embrace right now.
Oh, perfect. Sumo
He's
style.
got some nasty claws.
Ah! Shit.
Yeah, Reggie, you're taking 1 point of damage here.
Oh, to my what?
Let's find out. It is to your grace.
Oh, no.
Your grace is down to 1 now.
Yes, it is. I say, oh, I've made a terrible decision.
Okay, and now they're kind of like leaning against each other, like like wrestlers in a lock. But the rat is digging his claws into Reggie's back. Yeah, it's quite painful.
All right. So So Chip, seeing this, he'll say, "All right, might not have any bullets, but I do," and he's going to take the gun and try to get as close to the rat as possible, and try to aim.
Okay, you're all within like 6 feet of each other. It's very close combat.
Okay. Oh, that's perfect.
Is it?
So he's
So
not
you're aiming at the
understanding how firearms work. He's going to reach it out with one hand as close as far as he can.
Oh boy. Okay, and you're just to be clear, you're firing at the one that's got Reggie.
Yes.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Yeah, this is going to be horrible.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. Ooh, I get a 2, 1, and a 5. So I got 5 as my top.
That is a hit.
On Reggie.
Awesome.
That is a kill. All right.
I killed Reggie. No.
Guy goes down. You know what?
Oh.
At this moment, there's only one rat left standing who can actually do anything. He's close enough to do anything. Let's see who he's going for. Oh, Nash, he's going for you.
All right.
Last rat standing. What are you doing? He's charging you.
I just try to shoot him then. If he's
Worst
stupid
and
enough
last
to charge a guy
decision
with
this
a
round
gun.
ever made.
Nice.
All right. He runs toward you. He's got his claws up. Here we go.
Oh, I rolled a 4, so it's a 6.
Nice.
You beat me. That's
Nice.
a yes and. I'm going to say that the and is a kill. That was a kill shot right in the center of the forehead.
Nice. So he's still on his knee. The thing comes running. He just spins around and just one single shot, boom, right in the head.
Bam.
I'd imagine too that Nash just gives like that like really guy
Yeah.
that shake of the head and the sigh before he just blasts him in the forehead.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
there's only one rat left alive, and he is having nothing to do with you guys. He's been shot twice, and he's trying to crawl away into the thicket.
I think Nash just puts a bullet in him. Like he's tired of this fucking shit. No more rats, no more fucking urine. We got Joan, or you get the fuck out of here.
Go ahead and take the shot.
All right.
Roll better than a 1.
I rolled a 6, so that is an 8.
Oh yeah, that's another yes, and this guy's dead.
He just
Hey.
it's crawling, and he just kind of walks over and just poof, one right in the back of the head.
Mercy kill.
From beneath the rat that's now lying atop Reggie. Here, hey, Nash. It's just like 6 years ago in Operation You're In for a Treat. Am I right?
He's standing there like he's got the gun on a rat, and he just like his head kind of goes down, and he just sort of shakes his head.
Remember that? Remember?
Yeah, are you okay? Because we got to get the fuck out of here.
I need someone to get this red off of me. I'm hurting real bad.
Okay, now remember, it took over an hour to get here from the ship.
Shit.
Yeah.
You have to make your way back through the maze of it's not really a maze, but the passage that leads through the thicket.
Oh, the Octobats. Oh my god.
Okay, it's going to take you an hour. Now, by the way, you're at about the 3-hour mark right now. You're doing pretty good for time. You can make it back to the ship in time.
Okay. So Nash, drops the magazine, checks it, see how many bullets are left. Maybe like a half a magazine, so he clicks it back in. And he's like, "Are you going to be able to make it? Are you all right?"
Oh yeah. Oh no, I'm good. I just need to get this rat off of me.
I'm assuming Chip helped you with the rat already.
Chip can
I'll
barely
try.
lift my gun.
So, into the thicket?
Yeah, so
Into
but he would
into
check
the
on
thicket
Joan
we
first,
go.
right? So he like, "Are you okay? Are you hurt? Is anything broken? Are you gonna?"
I'm very hurt, but we need to
Not
get
you. You're
out of it.
fine.
I'm so
No.
sorry. I thought you were talking to me again. I'm sorry.
Joan, are you okay? Can you? We're about an hour from the ship. We're good on time. We may have more rats. We got to get out of here.
All right, you run through the dunes. Let's see if there is any encounters on the way. No encounters on the way. You make it across it. There was a short space of dunes, and then there's the thicket itself. Now you have to start looking for the path. You've been here before, so I'm not going to have you roll for that. Remember that the path is going to take you past the big pit, the ceremonial pit with the diving board kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So in a few minutes, you've made it to that area. There are no rats here, but you do hear some weird tinkling sounds like wind chimes or broken glass from down inside that big pit.
So he, like fist up. Did we hear that before?
That means stop.
Did we hear tinkling before?
Thanks.
I don't remember hearing anything before.
Oh yeah, when you first arrived here, you would once in a while hear this tinkling sound, and then later Chip fired a bullet down into the big pit. There was a tinkling sound that rose to a crescendo and expelled an egg that had the bullet in it.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's right.
There's something down there. You don't know what it is, but whatever it is, it encased your bullet, Chip's bullet, in one of those eggs.
We no longer have a flashlight or a phone with a flashlight.
Do we care? Or do we get her out of here?
All right, let's move around.
Her time. Do we know how much time she has left?
You have about 3 hours left.
We need to get her though. Out of here.
All right, and so as we're moving past, I veer over. I want to see what's in there. Or I ask her. So as we're jogging, I'm like, "Do you know what is in here? What brought you here in the first place?"
Start talking.
She says, they marched me past this area, but I don't know what's in there. Did you come with belts? How did you get here?
We have a slip ship. It's not too much farther.
On the pilot.
I'm the engineer.
I'm pleased to meet you. And she actually gives each of you a formal handshake. And she thanks you for rescuing her.
All right, you guys keep going.
I've learned.
We'd like to make sure that you don't get stuck here. We'd like to get you the hell out of here.
I've learned many things from this trip, and it has been rather harrowing, I must tell you. However, nothing as shocking as that wave of urine.
That's what they all say. Am I right? I slap Chip on the back.
Ow.
So how far away are we from the pit from where the path is? So like as we're running by,
the path opens out into a cleared area
around
that surrounds the pit. And you have examined this area before and found lots of rat footprints all around the pit. There's a pretty wide berth. There's enough space for hundreds of rats to gather around the pit.
Okay. So as we're running by then, since we presumably don't have anything to worry about unless something pops up in our face, as we're running,
well,
Nash
you did leave some rats alive back in the cavern. It's a moot, it's not a moot question. It's an unknown variable whether they're going to pursue you or not.
Sure. But I feel like we haven't had anything happen so far. Nash wants to take a look just to see what's like. He's not going to inspect and be like 10 minutes. But as they're running, he kind of veers over. He kind of stops, takes a look, and
famous last words.
Yeah, you don't see anything. There's the rock down there. There are like stalactites and niches in the rock and cracks and crevices. It's very rough and uneven. Lots of places to hide. You don't see anything down there.
Okay, so he waves it off and he just sprints to catch up with the rest of the group and keep moving towards the ship.
All right. Okay, so you're pushing your way through the path that you had previously hacked your way through. So, fortunately, you've made a bit of berth and you can now get through it with more speed than it took to get here the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Along the way, there are no encounters, so you're pressing through the thicket for about an hour. When you come out the other side, you see your ship.
It's just like sigh of relief. Yeah.
Get up, get up, get up, get up. These random rolls are killing me. I'm like, oh God.
Oh.
He's just fucking with us. He's just rolling dice.
I want to believe that. I do.
So you assume that everybody runs to the ship and gets on board?
Oh, so fast.
Yeah,
So
fire him up. Fire Tyro up. Let's get the hell out of here.
Cucumber.
It's not Tyro, though. It is the Marduk.
Oh, that's
And
right.
you may remember that the computer is named Tiamat.
Right.
Tiamat. This is Reggie 1. Go. Fire engines, go.
All systems operational. Preparing
Wonderful,
slip
man.
jump for home Earth now.
Oh, thank you.
So, quick question: how long does it take to prepare? Because if it's going to be more than like 2 or 3 minutes, Nash stays on the open ramp on Overwatch until he gets the sign to get strapped in, so we can get out of here.
It's only going to be about 1 minute,
Oh, okay.
and you want to be strapped into your chair.
Yep. So we run in. Nash slaps the fucking the panel on the way in, so the ramp comes up.
Hell yeah.
Ramp comes up. Who's got Joan?
I'm assuming she's. I would have ushered her in
got
before I
Joan.
came in. Yeah.
No, Chip
Okay.
doesn't.
Well, somebody make sure Joan, because she's not familiar with the chip, with this ship.
I at the
so-
very least have Joan, and I am strapping her the hell into a seat
Right.
somewhere.
There you go. Okay, so everybody gets strapped in. Everybody gets ready. Now it's back to you, Reggie. This critical roll, your slip dynamics roll.
All right, let's do this. I'm flipping switches. Everybody in. Everybody locked in.
Do it.
Hot. We're going hot. Oh, this is wonderful. I rolled a 4 on the die plus 2 slip dynamics, 6 total.
You feel a weird sensation, like freezing cold and burning hot, cutting through the center of your body all at once, and then everything tingles and blinks out. And the ship does this weird movement. It's like waves are tossing the ship back and forth. Everything is blackness outside, and then the weird colored lights begin shooting past the portal, and then everything stops moving. And you're in Diaspora Ranch, baby.
Oh,
Battle!
Christ! Jesus Christ!
Nash is just like, fuck yeah, goes for the high five.
Yeah. Oh God, that's just exactly like 8
Thumbs
years ago, wasn't it?
Oh,
Chip, it never gets any easier, huh, buddy?
every time.
Chip, I can imagine that the adrenaline rush you're feeling right now is making you feel like you never, ever want to leave us, right?
Joan,
You're going to be a member of this team forever.
Joan unfastens herself, gets up out of her seat, makes it over to you guys. It gives all you guys a big group hug. Thanks you so much for bringing me back. This has been the most fascinating adventure in my long series of adventures. I can hardly wait to go back there.
All right, before we go,
what?
well, just hold on. Just hold on a goddamn
You are crazy,
second.
lady.
Just hold on. What the hell are you even talking about?
Well, I'm talking about my father's career. You realize that naming a node and mapping it is enough to put you on the the annals of DayTrippers forever. He'll get a plaque. He'll get a plaque in his name at Diaspora Ranch. The world of Eret is my father's discovery, and it's my intention to map the entire sphere.
Now, what the? I'm still kind of curious here because we were called in. Excuse me, I was called in. I was pulled back into an organization that I was previously booted from to go save your ass. And now you're saying you're going to go back there? You're going to have to tell me a little bit more before we let you off this ship.
It's simple curiosity. The world's there to be explored, exploited. And
What are you
it's
gonna
my
do to
father's
exploit
legacy.
it?
I owe everything to my father, sir.
There's a whole indigenous species of Retman there, and rat women, okay? One of whom is named Rebecca. I know her personally, and I mean, not intimately, but, well, never mind. But what are you saying, exploit?
How can you not be aware? I mean, the entire purpose of Slip Space Adventure is to find exploitable resources on distant worlds and bring them back to Earth for profit.
Oh, no, I'm aware, but at the expense of the people who already live there.
Nash shudders.
Are you taking the side of the Ratmen?
We're invaders, miss.
He looks at Reggie like, we don't want to have this conversation right now. He puts a hand on either side of her face and says, "Please, do what you must for your father. Do not go back alone. Make sure that when you go, you requisition security so that we can't do this all the time. This is not no." And then he just turns away from her and walks off deeper into the ship.
I wasted a good amount of my good body grease on this mission. I don't intend to do it again.
She thinks about that for a minute. I'll tell you what, gentlemen. You're never going to forestall scientific curiosity, and if it's not me who goes back to Ereth, then it will just be someone else. And so, I wish that it be me. However, I will take your friend's advice. The slip belt is too dangerous. I won't go back alone.
So if you look back, like Nash has like a hand on the bulkhead and his head is kind of down, and then she says that she's going to go back with help, and he kind of straightens up. He grabs like a blanket or something, since she's half naked, brings it back, puts it around her, puts a hand on her shoulder, and then just goes and flops in the co-pilot seat.
There's a knock on the hull of the vehicle. It is your contact. Oh boy, I've forgotten his name. It's your contact though.
Was it Benito?
Sorry?
Benito, possibly the military guy.
Yeah.
Come on. Bento Hygier.
Yes.
Okay. So it's Bento. And when you guys open the door, Reggie, he gives you this really manly body hug. You've made us all look good, mate. You've made us all look good. Honestly, I didn't know if you'd be able to succeed. You gentlemen deserve this. And he whips out 3 cards and hands you each one of them. He says, your pay is on there. I think you'll be quite pleased.
I look at him very confused. I gotta be honest with you, Bento. I want to punch you in the face really fucking hard right now. But I'm not gonna.
Nash just yells from the seat, "You're gonna have to pay for it. Don't do it. Learn the hard way."
No, he's right. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not. But I'll tell you what. You can't just call someone back into service like you did and then just send them into that type of scenario. We were not prepared for that sort of conflict.
On the contrary, Mr. Carlisle, although I felt that you had a good chance of not making it back, apparently you did. And so you were exactly as prepared as you needed to be. Listen, you may wish to punch me in the face, and I might even let you, because I realize how difficult a situation I put you in. But know this. You will have a glowing report. It will go back to my superiors. You've made us all look very good. Reggie, I'm proud of you. Now take your pay.
He looks down at the I'm sorry, what is it? It's a card?
Yeah.
Looks down at it and just looks back up at Bento confused. And I don't understand. What does all this mean? I was dishonorably discharged. I was disgraced. I do not understand, sir.
Walk with me. And you guys are welcome too. He begins walking toward the hangar doors. He's heading out of the bay area. He puts his arm around Reggie's shoulder. He's quite a bit shorter than Reggie, so his arm is up like this. And he's like, now you and we're not privy to all of the secrets and all of the reasons. There are corporations and politicians involved in decisions that happen above my head. The best men like you and I can do is to make sure that their plans don't get thwarted by some unforeseen circumstance. We're never going to stop the mad scientists of the world. We're never going to stop the mad politicians of the world from looking for resources to exploit. But what we can do is make sure they're safe and reap our just reward. Go on and look at your card. Scan it. Like I said, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Can I scan it?
Oh. And you're out in the parking lot now.
Where did Joan go? Did she follow us out, or?
Yeah, she's following you out, and she's got your blanket. She's looking for her father. He's not here. He's back at another base. So she's just being quiet.
Okay.
So is Bento still near me?
Yeah.
All right, Bento. And is it? I'm gonna kind of say under my breath, like, what is all this about? Can you even tell me?
I'll tell you that it may not be the last time that I'm forced to call you into active duty. However, since you refused to scan the card, allow me to tell you myself. Your discharge has been converted. It's now a commemorative discharge, and you've been awarded a medal. For service in the field, you have a full honorable discharge. And as far as any records are concerned, you needn't worry about them. They won't hold you back. Now, I know that you had a bad time mustering out, and I know that tension was pretty high between you and the rest of your unit, but I can pave all that over. Your past is a clean slate now. You may one day receive a call from me again, but know this. It won't be because I have anything to hold over your head. It will be man-to-man, business offer.
I don't even know what to say. He's just looking down at the card in a little bit of disbelief.
Nash claps you on the shoulder, and then he looks at Bento and he says, you promised me something. And he holds the card up and he says, this is nice, but we have further business to discuss.
Refresh me.
He wanted information on Somnambula and what was going on with Susie, because he was distracted for a while, but that's still unresolved and needs some closure. So so when we had the initial meeting, as he was kind of like stalking out, he was like, I need a favor from you, sort of thing. And I don't know if he acquiesced or just sort of like waved it off, like, yeah, okay, if you guys even make it back, sort of thing.
It was more the latter.
Okay.
But so you're going to go ahead and explain to him what you want?
Yeah, I mean, out of character, I don't know. He would, yes. I mean, he wouldn't explain the situation in front of Joan. So I don't know if he would, if we're taking her somewhere and it's just sort of like, a nod and a wink and we'll discuss this later sort of thing.
She will be going with Bento in his car back to the base where her father's located and be reunited with him. So you'll be parting ways with her right here. He says, I'll tell you what. Pulls out a card, hands it to you. This is my personal line. Get in touch with me sometime this week. I'll see what I can do for you.
Do we know what base she's getting brought back to?
Do we know what base she's being brought back to?
Because I'm assuming she's being brought back to her father, who's
Yeah,
on
it's
a base.
he's up in the it's up in the San Francisco Bay Area. A couple hours drive, or not even a couple hours drive, like a half-hour drive from where you are.
Would Reggie know what base that is?
I'm sure he would.
Is it relevant?
I don't know. We can talk. We can do RP stuff after Bento's gone.
Okay, fair. So he
I don't know what that's going to lead to. I'm just saying, like, yeah.
Yeah. So he takes the car. He nods. He says, "I appreciate that. I will give you a call." And he goes to shake his hand.
He shakes all of your hands. Joan gives all of you guys a hug. She asks if she can keep your blanket.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course.
She says,
Meanwhile, Reggie's still.
she asks you all of you for your names because she wants to be able to tell her father what brave men came and saved her.
Okay. Yeah, Jack would give his full name.
Yep. Reggie Carlisle.
Charles Parsons.
And he just Nash gives him sort of the side eye, and he's like, "Calm down, Chip."
Nice.
Is he starting to come down yet? Like I would.
Oh shit! I have my fingers in his mouth.
Chip is still good for probably another hour.
Okay, all right.
Good.
Because everything that happened tonight happened in about 30 minutes of game time.
Okay.
Except for the hour in the thicket. I mean, everything that happened in that rat cave and it took less than 30 minutes.
Sure.
So Chip is still high.
Yeah. Chip will, he has the card and he'll kind of pat around and realize he's not wearing any clothes and starts to feel self-conscious about that.
Two of you come back naked.
Neither am I.
He looks at Bento and he's like, I lost your. So, yeah.
Don't worry, Bento knows how I work. You're all set.
Don't worry about that piece. He shakes all of your hands, and to you two, he's pointing at Reggie and Chip. Put some clothes on.
Oi.
All right, gentlemen, I'll be in touch. And he takes Joan to the limousine that's waiting for him, and it hovers up above the ground level and takes off out of the parking lot. The three of you are left alone.
I think we have spare cover. Why the hell didn't you grab the coveralls before we left the fucking ship?
Coveralls?
I don't.
The hell's a coverall?
It's like if. Come on, man.
I like it covers all.
Like a jumpsuit. I guess it doesn't matter.
Nash, some of us are more comfortable in our natural form. Okay?
Yeah, we
I'm
can't
This
not.
is how God
like
made
that.
me, Nash. This is how God made me.
Yeah,
Like a pair of pants right now.
Now, just let it happen, Chip. Just
I think
feel it.
that's a great last line right there. I would really like a pair of pants right now.
I like it.
You
I
guys
like
are
it.
standing out in the cold of Northern California.
Yep, perfect.
Check this out, boys. Yeah, I think we can fade to black right there. I would really like a pair of pants right now.
Beautiful.
Check
Oh
this
my
out.
God.
Experience points, okay? You ready for this? Chip, you made 4.
What?
Nice.
Jack, you made 10.
Whoa! Damn!
Yeah, well, you're going to be really blown away by this one. Reggie, you made 41.
What?
What?
All right. I need to know why.
Because you killed 36 rats with that one lucid dream roll.
Oh my god.
Well,
Oh,
guys, I'm
that's
gonna let you know that my lucid dreaming is going to be bumped up to about a plus 47. I'm going to be the king of dreams.
Wow.
Oh.
Well, I'm going to have to. Wait, you said 41?
41.
Oh my god,
That's a new high.
So awesome.
I'm going to have to consult you on what the hell I can even do with that.
Shit, you
Now-
could probably even raise stats with that many XP. Shit.
Oh god, yeah.
Well, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I am only really interested in raising my psyche at this point because lucid dreaming is a toy I want to play with for the rest of my life.
Oh, how much money was on the card?
Oh, yeah, shit.
You were promised 8 megs each, but you actually got 16 megs each.
Oh, my god, that's
Wow.
awesome. Where the hell would I put that? Where is that? Where's that shit?
Shit, I might be able to finally raise a stat.
Where, oh, my god, where's that on the sheet? Damn it.
Megabucks.
Awesome.
Megas.
What did you say? 16, right?
16, yes.
Uh-huh.
I think it's on the second page, John.
Oh, my god, I have a second page.
Well, technically, yes. That was awesome. That was a really fun game.
Really cool.
Megas 16.
And you're gonna leave us,
Unbelievably
Jesse,
weird
after all
shit.
that.
I don't even want to tell you what I thought was going to happen, but I'll tell you that was nowhere near it.
Can you tell us what you thought was going to happen? I would like to hear. I would like to hear.
Well, okay. The way that the adventure is written, you're supposed to be completely overwhelmed and taken to meet the things in the big pit.
Oh, fuck.
Oh. That
Okay.
kind of sounds awesome.
Did I abuse your lucid dreaming? Did I abuse it?
No, not at all.
Okay. All right.
I kept turning it off because when it happens, it only happens for one round. So basically, it's kind of like you don't become the GM, but you gain narrative control for one round, and you can say what happens. I think the first time you did it actually allowed the illusion to sustain for a couple rounds, and then I realized what I was doing and pulled it back. That's
So it should have the mouse traps, the rat trap should have disappeared.
the rat traps should have disappeared a lot sooner than they did.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
That was
Well,
and that's
yeah,
my
okay,
mistake.
gotcha.
But that's nothing on you though. You did what it's for.
I get it. I like it. I like it a lot. I like that it takes a round too. So you take a round to prepare it because of the effect that it could have. So of a round of preparing, and then your following turn is when it takes effect.
Yeah, it's like preparing a spell. You know, it's a magic spell. It's a blank check.
I like it.
It's like old AD&D where you had casting times and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's so fucking powerful. It makes sense.
Right.
Well, I think it's powerful to a point. I don't know. Yeah, actually, I can't really say that because you just said 41 XP to me, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you make the roll, I mean, you can do
Yeah, and the
pretty
roll.
much
I mean,
anything
yeah,
you want to do.
Yeah, and so as soon as somebody succeeds in a lucid dream roll, I can pretty much say goodbye to any plot line that had been forming in my little head.
Well, Reggie just found a new toy awakened in his mind.
But
It's kinda scary.
now, of course, this only happens in dream worlds, right?
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Right. Oh, but I'm gonna actually request that you penalize me because I'm probably gonna try it in the real world. and then I'm gonna need some sort of damage. Because Reggie is he's not. I mean, he's gonna try it because he's probably gonna lose track of when he's dreaming and when he's not.
Actually, that probably already happens to Reggie
definitely
when his nappy level is a little low.
Yeah, the nappy level is low, and he goes down to the Therabot. Is that what we called it? The Therabot? The Therabot doesn't work out the way he wants. He's like, fuck it, I'm probably just dreaming. And then he tries to change something, and then
yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Welcome home, you guys.
Yeah, that was great.
Oh,
Jesus. So what are we looking at for Jesse as far as like bringing him out?
He goes to rehab.
Yeah, he's gonna have to go to rehab. We may want to we could talk about it via email or whatever, because we still do have the Somnambula Susie plotline that's dangling out there.
Right. Yeah.
But
I'd like to at least see him through that.
But as far as you know what? This might work into what Jesse was saying before about Chip. And it leaves the door open for Chip to maybe come back sometime. Because what Chip actually needs right now is months of therapy.
He also is at a 0 psyche right now.
That's true.
That's
a 0 psyche. I completely, I didn't consider that. Right.
Yeah,
so
you guys want to find a good, reputable psychologist or psychiatrist and take Chip there and drop him off.
Chip, I know a great Therabot. It's right below my apartment. You can just go right down there.
So I feel like
Jesse, how's that feel? Right? We can just sort of drop you off in therapy, and then maybe one day Chip comes back.
That works perfect.
So we go to drive home and whatever, and then he starts like fucking twitching and shaking and shit. What the fuck is going on? And you're like, I gotta tell you something.
We lost him.
Yeah, Reggie tries to zoom his mouth again, but like he bites his finger.
Yes, I lose a finger. Reggie loses a finger.
They gave you pickles.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So
it starts hallucinating. He thinks that Reggie's finger is a pickle.
Yeah. I'm trying to feed you pickles.
Oh man. All right. Yeah, that works. And then we'll have to. Yeah, I mean, we'll figure out whether or not we want to add another player, or I assume at this point Vince is probably not coming back. So two person against the whole corporation. Not the 3, I guess, would be any better. But
I have
if anything,
a suggestion. Maybe, I don't know if you want it because we're still live, right?
We are. Yeah, maybe we should probably jump out.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for watching. This was a stuff episode where I just decided to try some shit that I don't know if Todd just let me get away with it. But
I love it. That's one of the reasons I'm the kind of guy who wrote this kind of game is, everybody knows the GM can always kill you. The GM can always make up, rocks fall, everyone dies.
That's not fun.
But what I really dig is when you guys fuck with my head.
I'm so sorry. I really didn't want to abuse it. I don't want to abuse it, but I love it.
You did exactly what it's for. When you're in a dream world, you're in a situation where the game has this ebb and flow of narrative control. Like if you roll a yes and, you get to tell me what happens, and sometimes I'll just ask you what it looks like if something happens. It's like there's a lot of give and take as far as narrative control is concerned. But when you're in a dream world and you succeed in a lucid dreaming roll, that's as close to being the GM for a minute as you get, and that's on purpose. Like at that moment, it's out of my hands. You're the GM. You tell us what happens that round.
And
so
the only reason
exactly what was intended.
You said there was a puddle of urine in that pit, and that was my mind just went, well, this is going to be a tidal wave of urine happening next round.
And that was totally off the top of my head because I realized that this woman had been in here for hours
Yeah.
And I went, you said, what's around? I'm like, well, there's just a puddle where she pissed in the corner.
Makes
All I could think of. It's all I could think of. Turned out to be vital.
Yeah. Well, I love it. Reggie has found a new toy.
Awesome. All right, I had a bunch of people watching tonight. That was awesome. And of course, Jeremy was always hanging out. So
Hi, people.
hey, everybody! Thanks for checking us out. If you
Come on back.
enjoyed it, if you loved it, maybe if you hated it, maybe not if you hated it, but go ahead and leave us a review.
Especially if you hated it, come
Even
back.
if you hated it, try everything twice.
You know what you're supposed to say at the end? You're supposed to say, okay, now, like, subscribe, and comment, and be sure to click the little bell icon so you'll be notified every time there's a new episode.
Yeah.
What he said. I'm just going to cut that, and I'm going to put it at the end of every episode.
Fucking John, you're like Todd's the new host.
There you go. I'm
Pass
fired.
the reins over. You fight.
You do all the work. Good. I'm out. All right, cool. Thanks, everybody. We'll catch you next time.
Thank you, guys.
Peace.
Have a good night.